I am alive. Relative. Technically speaking. Trying to remember how I'm supposed to have all this set up because the music is too loud. Hold on. Slapping my belly. That's crazy. Okay, the music is now too quiet. I'm gonna restart because I like this track a lot. I low-key just found out it's close to impossible to pirate Iron Warriors audiobooks. Yeah, because there's like 2. Also, I have no burger, Robbie. I just didn't change the text because I'm lazy. I want to work on tonight. I have Night Haunt that I should be working on, but I also don't know if I want to work on Night Haunt right now. I have a bunch of like Bladegeist Revenant proxies that I really want to use. But I also don't know if I'm going to be using Bladegeist Revenants. Bleh. Blah, 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 blah. I'm painting 8 euros. I'm paying 8 euros on Audible for a 24-minute book. Well, yeah, nobody is, but they also just don't really have books, the Iron Warriors. At least Audible books. Audiobooks, but Audible books. These are not the right base sizes. These are. These look the right base sizes at least. Okay. How many of these do I have that I can actually work on? Not a lot. I have 3 bases. 4 bases. And that's about it. I also don't know if anybody's an Eldar fan, but Voice Guard is fantastic. There we go, I'm back. Voice Guard is fantastic, but there's gay Eldar, Robbie. That ruins the game. Don't you understand? It's not. What are these fucking fake ass words people are making up? Chud? I don't fucking know, dude. People are fucking stupid. The Eldar are gay. They're putting chemicals in the webway. It's fucking stupid. Let people enjoy shit. Being able to sit down for 8 minutes before I have to start baking to bread. You're a baker? Crazy work. I know, right? It turned me gay just by reading it. That's crazy. Man in the Chud Tower was not on my calendar. I don't get stupid fake ass words. I like fuck people, man. Speak English. I wish I wasn't. Unfortunate. Let me go ahead and I'm applying to be an oil rig worker instead. Wow, crazy. Where is here we go? Turn off the weight. Okay, the music is loud again. Why? There we go. Still kind of loud. There we go. You think people would be willing to hire people to be oil rig workers more often than not, but also I guess it is kind of a very demanding job. You kind of have to be able to hang. That's besides the point. Move to West Virginia and become a coal miner, builds character. Get scouses on your hands, you got soft hands, boy. Almost dropped the blade, guys. Jesus. How does this motherfucker sit on the base? That's my question. Are blade gusts on 32s or 25s? I need to look that up. But how's everyone doing? How was the video? I know I was probably very hard to understand at like the latter half, but I just gave up with audio. I actually just traded some for my credit LGS. Ha. Dios says the chat will disappear. No one will dig through the VOD. If it's alright if I could correct you on one thing about the breaking of Caliban. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. The Varan doesn't want you to know, but the scarabs in the Tomb World are free. I currently have 428 scarabs in my museum. White Geists are on 32s. Okay, cool. Wait, alright. Well, time to paste these guys down on their things, I guess. Fucking gel super glue. Does not want to come out sometimes, unlike the Eldar and Void Scarred. Nine out of 10, a certain Asmodai would come after me if I rated the video any lower. I kind of feel bad that I didn't talk about Asmodai, but dude, there's like fucking 6 or 7 or 9. I actually don't even know. There's like a fuck ton of like Dark Angels characters on the tabletop. I might as well just cover them in their own video. You're not telling me this shit is empty. I know it's not. I have another one somewhere. I think it still has some glue left. You beat the shit out of the fucking glue so it actually goes down the nozzle. Look-y, the best thing about them. What, their characters? Yeah. I wonder if Ultras or Dark Angels have more tabletop characters at this point. Ultramarines lost a bunch of characters, so I have no idea. Reasons to not work at the oil rig. Byford Dolphin incident of 1983. Yeah, it's a pretty good reason to not work on an oil rig. I would argue the Byford Dolphin incident is the best reason to not work on an oil rig. Fuck. I hate gluing these motherfuckers down. Fleshcraft Studios makes some really cool fucking things, but goddamn, these ghosts do not want to stay on their bases. Nah, low-key, I saw the oil rig I'll be stationed on. Interesting. Have you considered that we need a drill? What? The forces of Luther fired on the Lions' returning fleet first. When horribly bombarded. Okay. Well, Zabriel said Lion struck first. So that's why I said that specifically. Yeah, no, a Lion fucking just bombed the planet. That shit's funny. On topic of oil rig, Stretch is a really good game. Never played it. I don't know if I have any interest in playing it. This dude's gonna be a bitch to put down. He's like all fucking... Oh. I've been working 12-hour shifts for 2 weeks straight. Yeah, that's how it is. We'd be making like crazy good money. And then get the shit taxed out of you, depending on where you live. Fish fear me. Women fear me. Men turn their gaze away from me when I cross their path. I am alone on this barren earth. One more. In the book of Luther, they talk about how in the book of Luther. Is that a book? I didn't read it. I'm talking about Zabriel specifically. Or unless you're talking about Sons of the Forest, because I don't recall much from it. But I get a free room for those 2 weeks. I fucking hoped you would get a room if you're working on a fucking oil rig. Isn't there that one, isn't that the one where they wake up a Lovecraftian entity with their rigs? Dredge is, more like a fishing game, I think. The one you're thinking about, I think it's called, like, It Wakes the Deep or some shit. I watched my friend play through it. It didn't look too interesting to me, but I'm also just, like, not a fan of games like that. Let those dry onto their bases. Hello, I am here. I'm doing my iconic bar cleanup right now. Hell yeah. Dredge is... I know Dredge is Lovecraftian, but it's not the one that's based on the oil rig. Like, there's an actual game. It's made by, I think it's made by the Chinese Room. I don't remember. Where it's basically an Outlast-style game. You're kind of just running around and exploring through the story, or experiencing the story, I guess. And you end up awakening this weird Lovecraftian entity because you drilled too deep. And the entire premise of the story is you trying to get off the oil rig until you realize you have to fucking go deal with the thing and destroy it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of games like that. So the games are cool. Don't get me wrong. They're like really... Actually, both have oil rigs. Oh, that's funny. Like, the game is cool. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like, for me specifically, I think the game is like $40 or something. I am not a fan of paying $40 for what essentially boils down to being a walking sim with very minimal gameplay. There's a reason why games like that, like, I mean, they make money, but they don't make ludicrous amounts of money because people will just watch a Let's Play of it. I think we're hitting the day and age now where more people are willing to actually play the games because everybody who watched Let's Plays has grown up and they now want to, like, go buy the games themselves and play them. So we're at a stage where that's starting to happen. I've been sitting for a minute, too long. Now I failed my job and now I can't finish the bread on time. Well, that's your own damn fault. Yeah, no. We're having a Age of Sigmar tournament at the end of this month. Let me check. He just posted it a while ago. Let me see. October 25th, which is in 6 days. So I have 6 days to print an entire Night Haunt army and paint it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Wait, the Chinese Room is making Masquerade or Bloodlines 2? What? Really? Just hearing that disappoints me. God, now I'm depressed. Okay, whatever. How was the tournament? Oh, I went, so technically I went 2-1. But what happened was, my first game was, I'm fucking doing the autism shaking my leg, or ADHD, whatever. And it's fucking shaking the camera, I'm sorry. My first round was against Tao. If you're in the server, you already saw me post videos about it. But my first round was against Tao. We pretty much just, like, because of how the tournament was set up, or the terrain was set up, there were no sight lines for us to hit each other on. So we had to just force close combat with each other, just shooting each other point blank the entire time. I killed more of his key units than he did mine. He had, what was his list? His list was, like, 40 Pathfinders or Breachers, I can't remember which. 40 of those, Shadow Sun, Farsight, a 3-man of the Flamer Crisis suits, and 2 3-mans of the Melta Crisis suits. A Piranha, or 2 Piranhas, 2 Hammerheads, the Devilfish, and, like, 3 3-man squads of Stealth suits, I think. So basically, we're just able to just like trade with each other the entire time. However, Admech have invulns on everything, and he does not have invulns on everything. So I was just gunning him down, and every time he would try to hit me back, I would bounce. I would get off a little bit better than he would. Even then, it was still like super close. It was like, I forget what the score was. It wasn't great. It was like 29-31, because we were just not doing objectives. We just started killing each other at a certain point. And also, anytime we pulled objectives, they were so shit, dude. Hi, Tristan. My second game was against a guy who I play against a lot. Why am I forgetting his name? I'm not gonna say his name, but he plays Death Guard right now. He's a really cool dude. I really like playing with him. He understands my sense of humor, especially when I'm losing. Like, I just, like, talk shit. Not, like, viciously, just like, well, fuck you, god damn it. Stuff like that. I have the last of my money. Stop it, kitty. But, thank you for the gift, though. But stop it. Feed yourself. I don't get why I just hate visual horror, but I'll go and fall asleep to shit like Blood Meridian. Like, it's GF ASMR. So, I think I've talked about this before. I don't remember if I have, Kyle. I fall asleep to gunshots very easily. The more gunshots there are, the easier... Like, I could put on Saving Private Ryan and I could fall asleep to it. Like, I discovered this, like, a few weeks ago. It's so weird. I low-key can't afford another gift at this moment. Then don't fucking purchase it. Save your money. It's okay. I'd rather people buy their own memberships than you guys gift to them. But you guys... I don't know. There ain't enough money for another gift. Jesus Christ. But... yeah, so I fought Death Guard in my second round. That one, his list was, like Death Guard Chosen or something. I forget what it's called. But, it's the detachment that's focused on Terminators. And he had, like, a 10-man brick of Blight Lords and 2 6-man bricks of Death Shrouds, all of them with leaders. So, I basically killed no Terminators the entire time I was fighting him. Oh, no, that's a lie. I killed a 3-man of Death Shroud, at some point. And that was about it. So he kind of just rolled over my ass because, I'm going to be real, contagions are bullshit. Being able to give somebody -1 just because you're relatively close to them is fucking dumb. I don't like it. I think the -1 to save and the -1 to OC is fine. -1 to hit is too much. I think that kind of just, like, breaks Death Guard a bit. But, what else was there? Oh yeah, and then the third game, I matched against the Tau player again, who, by the way, is the store owner. And he looked at me and he's like, yeah, I'm not fighting you again, let's just call it. I'm like, okay, I technically won. I went 2-1, technically. So I'll take that. Okay, the music is loud once more. It was a fun tournament, though. It was only 6 of us because, I don't know, I guess people were busy this week or something. But it was still very fun. I like going to tournaments. I've stated that before. I need to find my green wash. Give me 1 second. Oh, by the way, because it's the title of the stream, I have an actual wet palette now. I used to just be using, like, a shitty Tupperware tray, but now I have a Army Painter wet palette. Pretty neat. I like it. Bro just got 10 hours of DACA for calm, relaxing sleep playing in the background. That's too loud. And also, it's orcs. It's not like... I'm talking about, like... Oh, Jesus, sorry. I'm talking about, like, I could listen to, like, war footage and shit like that really easily. You guys get an impromptu, can't think of the name of it. Impromptu tutorial on how I paint my Night Haunt. Do you have the small AP wet palette or the big one? I have the extra large Army Painter wet palette. And it is pretty big. It's quite bigger than my hand. Possibly 4 hands worth of... I mean, my hands aren't too big, I guess. I don't know. Still pretty nice. I haven't used it yet, so we're going to see how it goes. But I'm painting up my Night Haunt today, which let me go ahead and show you one of my Night Haunt. I do need to edit something on him really quick, but this is how I paint my Night Haunt. I print them in transparent green resin, Just a quick recipe, I guess. Transparent green resin. I wash over the entire thing with Tan Shade Green. And then I dry brush black at the base rim. And then going up, they start to form into actual characters, or starting to form into like actual physical beings. So I dry brush some more black and try to give them some semblance of color. I try to leave their hands and any like ghostly stuff alone, but you know, sometimes you're not able to do it. And this is just, I think, like German gray. I don't even think it's black. I think it might be black actually. Now I'm looking at it. And then the gold is a mixture of lead belcher and what the fuck is that other paint called? Retributor armor. I am gonna wash over all of the gold with Agrax or Shade though, because it makes it look better. I just played a game with my Necrons versus my brother's Space Marines and won with no casualties because of reanimation. It was a 500-point game. Gotcha. Studying models I got there. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like how they look. Obviously, I like how they look because I made them. But I got inspired off of I don't know if you guys look at like the Warhammer community post, but there was a community post a while ago where it was somebody's, why am I trying to, it was not somebody, it was the Army of the Dead for Lord of the Rings, and GW is making them out of transparent blue plastic. And what the guys at GW did is that they did some sort of intense dry brushing on it, so you still had a lot of the translucent look, and obviously just like more material looking shit. So they still looked very ghostly and pale, and I like that a lot. I was about trying to make them like ghostly and pale for this one, but I like the green energy turning into just like a black cloak. I think that's way cooler. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm waiting for the glue on these bases to completely dry before I start doing the all-over wash, because I don't want to get super glue on any of my brushes. Even though I just bought another cheapo, like 50 pack or something. I like the Army of the Dead and Lord of the Rings. They're so cool. They are cool. It's not going to get me to play Lord of the Rings, but still. There's this one dude on Etsy that sells transparent red Tyranids, and they look absolutely sick. That's what some people were doing with like the Lictor. They were printing him in like transparent, just clear resin, and then painting on stuff after. It was really neat. Warhammer Community Field Teams feels completely different company than the rest of GW. I'm like genuinely dead serious. I think every single department of GW does not speak to each other. Like, that's not even a meme. I don't think there's any interaction or overlap between any of the parts. Yeah. Which is kind of fucking annoying because, you know, they're all literally in the same building. So, like, what the fuck gives? They did what to the Grey Knights? He did what with the what? Yellow Man! All the astropaths died. What? Well, it has to be some connection since we got the Space Wolves large release and then the Space Wolves scout kill team. I don't fucking know, man. There's obviously, like, there's a connection to them, obviously, but, like, they don't, like, talk to each other about shit ever, it feels like. Which is fucking insane. They all work with the same company in the same fucking building. I think the only time Warhammer Community ever calls the actual, like, team in, like, that works on the models and shit, and the painters and all them, is when there's a fucking leak, because then they have to make a video about the release. Zinch's James Workshop confirmed, probably. Twin, you're quiet as hell. I don't believe you because I'm looking at my levels and I'm pretty fucking loud right now. I was moved away from the mic like a little bit ago. Let me actually turn up my gain. Tell me if it's bad. I have no idea how... Oh, Jesus. I have no idea how bad that's going to be. I'll turn it back down. I was peeking a little bit. Yeah, we were supposed to have Wrath and Glory today, but only 3 people showed up, and 1 person showed up an hour late. So we just didn't do it. Kind of annoying because we haven't had Wrath and Glory in like 3 weeks now, it feels. And it's literally always somebody's fault. That's fine. Who needs ears anyways? Most unfortunate. There we go. The burnished skull definitely makes them look much better. Oh god. I just got a thing from Trench Crusade saying breaking news. Hold on. Is the fucking book out finally? Yeah, for me you're pretty quiet too. Okay, well then I guess I'm gonna turn up my volume here on OBS. Hold on. I don't know how that's gonna be, but you guys let me know. Like I said, my mic got damaged. Like I busted something, so I don't know if that's gonna affect it or not. We will see. I'm just gonna turn up my gain. Actually, no, I got something even funnier. Hold on. No, I'm still here. Fuck you. I got something even funnier. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, so you guys tell me. Where is it? Where's my soundboard? Here we go. Is it this? Okay. I have no idea if this is even working or not. Can you guys hear it? Hello? The Maximilian class energy is... What? The Maximilian class knight is pure hell yeah energy. I have no idea what you're talking about. What are we supposed to be hearing? Yeah, it's not working right now. Let me... Oh, wait. No. I know what I need to do. Properties.
There we go. It should be that now. I have no idea if this is working or not. I'll just wait till the chat starts yelling at me.
There we go. It's pretty loud, isn't it? It's fucked up. I can make it so much worse. I forgot I don't have a voice mod connected to my microphone. As Fulgrim intended, yes. Reminds me of a Noise Marine Sonnet. It's pretty good. Oh, look at that. One of my fuck-ass players decided to start playing Destiny 2. Fuck you. Fucking piece of shit. FPS lobby flashbacks. It's literally called Xbox 360 mic, which is great. There we go. Destiny 2 is an abuse of SO. He literally just like, bro, you were turned up all the way for me? Oh, that's unfortunate. Destiny 2, like, I don't understand the point in still playing it. Like, it's done. It's literally done. There's no point in trying to continue with the story. Bungie can't make a Destiny 3 because they burn through money too quickly and it would take them too long to make a third Destiny game. Thanks, Jackass. I have headphones on and my left ear's ringing. Hey, I probably should have given a warning, but hey, I said I was going to do some dumb shit. Whatever happened to Bungie post Destiny 1? First off, Destiny 1 wasn't good, so let's not like fucking kid ourselves. However, Bungie's always been the fucking same. They burn through money. They never had like decent leadership. It's always been a fucking problem. That's why Activision was so eager to get rid of them. The silence displeases Slanesh. I'm not turning it back on. I'll turn on another one, but I'm not turning that back on. I'll actually go ahead and say I can't wait for Magic the Gathering X Destiny 2. If that happens, Destiny's officially dead, dude. It's not even a joke. By the way, spoilers for next week's video. We're not putting it up to a vote. We're going to be talking about Emperor's Children. You just find a terrible female voice on voice mod. I've already looked around. They're all pretty bad. I mean, I'd rather just use this. Hold on.
This is much more pleasing. How audible am I? I have no idea. But I like this. It's not too bad. It'd be better if I was actually doing my Deckface voice, because the audio filter only does so much. So I actually have to like voice act. But I don't feel like doing that.
So I'm just going to switch back. Low-key, I might get fired. I'm fucking... Okay, Katie. I don't know what to tell you. The voices in my head are getting louder every time I stream. Literally me. For real, for real. In my opinion, that sounds like a really good Marine voice. Kind of reminds me of Sindri's filter. I have a Marine one that I had to make because none of the Marine ones sounded good to me. Let me just grab it real quick. All right.
There we go. Alright, whatever. I'm not kidding, I bootied down the robbery alarm. You're a fucking idiot. How? Obviously, this is supposed to be with a helmet, but, you know, if you don't wear a helmet, you're a fucking idiot. Sounds like a tech priest. It depends. Much more your... It's kind of annoying because when I use it, I turn the voice thing on to where I can hear myself, just so I make sure it's working, but it also throws me off super hard. But how could the emo with their helmet on? A fucking Super Sentai literally is able to do it, or whatever the fuck it's called. We have this controller with a single button and somehow got pressed and now I have 3 cop cars here. Jesus. Well, hey, they're good to know it works. Yeah, I already made the joke that when we have a stream on Halloween, I was probably gonna keep the tech grease filter on the entire time. Because I like this filter, but I use it for space brains, if you've listened to some of my videos. I'm gonna turn that off so I can actually hear myself, but I use this filter for a majority of the space marine content that I made. And if I don't use this, I just like do a bunch of fuck-ass editing with sound bites and DaVinci Resolve. Tech grease filter and wear a red long sleeve shirt, based. I might do that, that's not a bad idea. Should probably turn the filter off. I don't know how hard it is to understand me. Do an April Fool's video where you wear a filter on the whole time. That sounds stupid and awful, I'm not gonna lie. That would probably just make the video way worse. I'm excited to work on my EC Rhinos, hell yeah. You're one of the only 2 vehicles you're allowed in that fucking codex.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Yay, limitations. I have no such problems. The only problem I have is I don't have money. Otherwise, I would be painting and building, what are they called? Fucking, 4 Scorpius Dune or 3 Scorpius Dune Riders. But I gotta get my fucking Night Haunt done first, which is gonna require me to actually be 3D printing and spending time in the shed. I was going to bribe you to do an EC cast video. Now it's got no purpose. Hell yeah. Thank you for the $5, Appo. It was funny because we were just sitting there waiting for other players to see if they would show up. And I literally asked my friend who knows nothing about Warhammer. I'm like, hey, what should I do next? And he's like, do the mommy. I'm like, okay, he wants Slanesh. I guess we're doing Emperor's Children. Yeah, I really fucking love this music. Brokeback Shed. Oh god. AC are barely a faction. It's weird how they in World Eaters feel like GW's black sheep and they couldn't care less about it. It is incredibly weird, and I don't understand why they don't have like unique Terminators or I don't know, just not. They'll get better over time. I don't know how Death Guard and Thousand Suns were when they first came out, but I feel like they were just as limited in their options and what they could do. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't play when those 2 came out. I started playing at the end of 8th edition. Space Wolves got 10 kits this edition. EC got 7. Lexiconum says 9, but 1 is Fulgrim. I really need to commission artist or something when I get this YouTube money. Supposedly, I'm getting paid anywhere from Tuesday to Saturday, so we'll see how it goes. What kit is our battle line? Yeah, Infractors and Tormentors. And 1 kit. And 1 was the mini of the month. What was the mini of the month? I didn't catch that. I don't think. Single Tormentor. That's funny. I should be laughing, but that's hilarious. God, do I want to actually paint these guys? Because it's going to take so fucking long. I know I need to. I'll get the wash on them first, and then I'll do everything after. That being said, I'm going to need a lot more Bealtan shade. Fuck. I don't have a lot of Bealtan shade. First commotion, first commission, broken channel, tower banner. The first commission is going to be a new background, because I'm not gonna get rid of my channel icon ever. It's going to stay like that forever. But I do want an actual like background of just the audience just like sitting and talking. I feel like that'd be better than just sitting in the box constantly with an image that you can count the pixels on. That's going to be the first commission. I just need to find an artist who is available, because right now, let me go back and look at Fiverr. The guy I want to commission still has 1 order in queue, and supposedly he takes weeks to get back to you, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, his last delivery was 2 months ago, and he still has an order in queue, which is not my favorite. When you make a wolves vid, can it be how they never should have been discovered? I'm gonna talk shit about space wolves a lot. I just don't like space wolves. That's why if you guys ever vote for space wolves, my immediate response is gonna be, we're gonna do blood angels instead, because they're far more fucking interesting than space wolves. I've never liked space wolves. Like I said, they've always been more Mary Sue to me. What's a better shade for Avalanche, Sunset, Agriculture Shade, or Null? It depends on what you're doing, but sure, technically, I mean, brown is closer for a shade for yellow than black is. But once again, it's like, what are you supposed to be doing? If you're painting Imperial Fist, I would say Agrax Earthshade. If you're doing Hazard Stripes, I would say Nolan Oil. Only good Space Wolves lore is that they saved guards for the Inquisition and Grey Knights. Yeah, but that's also still the Months of Shame, which is dog shit writing. Space Wolves are fine. At least they have a unique thing. I don't like Space Wolves. The whole wolf riding and all this other bullshit, and oh, we're not actually psychers, they're rune priests. I fucking hate everything about Space Wolves. Bjorn is the only thing about Space Wolves I like, but that's because Bjorn is a dreadnought and he automatically is one of my favorite things. I get sick of people saying that like Ultramarines or like other chapters or groups are Mary Sue's, and it's like the Space Wolves are literally right there. who have done far more egregious things. I will say, if you want all this stuff to like stay, I would highly recommend putting a satin varnish or something on all this if you ever like follow this style of painting, because paint does not want to stay on. Was never heard of the Sons of the Phoenix? Yeah, because they're not a fucking legion, they're a fucking chapter. Covering the chapters right now. Or not the chapter, covering the legions right now, not the chapters. We'll cover the chapters later. We need to get all the basics out the way first. Cover Sons of the Phoenix? No. Dottie just sitting at his desk looking at the Voxcast modification and wondering what dumb shit the Warband did this time. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, obviously, I don't like do art like roleplay shit because it's like weird. But I don't know. Maybe for I mean, not maybe. I'm gonna have to do it for the Warband specific videos. But the concept that Diodium, aka me, is just like sitting here and I'm just like looking at the feed of what the fuck is going on in the tower, and I'm just seeing like discussions about like ancient political figures and shit like that. It's just like, these guys are so fucking stupid. I'm not saying Sons of the Phoenix aren't awesome. I'm just saying we're not covering them until we get all the legions done. I think they're neat. Cover Sons of Malice? No, there's nothing there. There's nothing with Sons of the Malice. There's literally nothing. There's one like lore blurb back in the 7th edition codex or something, and that's it. Next episode, Rainbow Warriors, you know, from the 1st edition. But sooner. I'll tell you right now, the first successor chapter we're ever going to cover is going to be Crimson fucking Fists, because they're fucking sick as shit. They're the only good thing about Imperial Fists. Soul Drinkers? No one cares about the Soul Drinkers. We all care about Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Remember Warriors just be the original Legion? I think they were the OG 11th before 2nd edition. The first Legion ever was the, what's it called? What am I saying? Straight from the pot? It's all wash. Do you pour your wash out onto your palette, you fucking freak? It's gonna dry up super fucking fast. Also, there's like literally nothing in the pot. How'd you get that mini to look glassy green? It's a 3D printed resin. And then I put a green wash all over, so that way there's something for the paint to stick on, and there's a it's a wash, so it creates like shadow. Yes, I do. That's so fucking weird. Because otherwise I overload my brush. The point for this paint style is to overload the brush. You should not mention where you found the STL. I already said where I found it earlier, and they're like that studio is fine. GW hasn't gone after them. They don't make Warhammer 40k stuff, so they're fine. They just make stuff that's used for a certain fantasy game. Technically speaking, all the stuff they released is used for D&D, actually. No, it's not Purple Sight. It's on my mini factory. I don't think I could just say the name of the studio if you want. But I already said it earlier, so it's not like also GW doesn't watch my fucking videos, but it's Fleshcraft Studios. They have like a lot of Ghost and like Demon and a bunch of other crazy fucking STL files they released. They're super fucking cool. Completely distinct power. Fleshcraft does not make sci-fi stuff, so they're safe. So that one line King Sing where Scar says I'm surrounded by idiots. Oh, Ferris, are you talking about fucking Chinese history? I should time you out. That color would go crazy for Night Haunts. What, purple? It would actually be pretty good for Night Haunt, wouldn't it? I showed him off a little bit ago, but this is how I paint my Night Haunt. Sorry. Oh, God. Once again, green is my favorite color. So translucent green with a wash over black as they start to form into material, and gold for the metal. Look, you burned my hand on it. Yeah, I feel like half the stuff you type is just bullshit, so I'm just not going to respond. Bullshit, my ass. I'm baking bread right now. You could be lying. Oh, hey, on Ghost, have you seen the new Trench Crusade skulls by some 30-party people? I feel like I show him every stream at this point, but here's my heretic priest with tank palanquin. I wanted to go for a more Scooby-Doo ghost villain look for these guys, so they're different to my Night Haunt. Oh, yeah, I love the sculpt too. You can only get it on this guy's Patreon, sadly. Rare Heretic W, bro. Heretic are like the coolest fucking things. Babe Dogehammer 40k just uploaded. Really crazy. He's alive. Wow. Yeah, I love Trench Ghosts for Trench Crusade. The owner at the store, I was talking to him earlier. After we beat each other's asses and we took a break. He was saying that he still wants to play Trench Crusade, and I told him I'm just waiting for 1.0. Oh, that's what I was going to look at. Trench Crusade put out an announcement. Give me a second. Is that it? God damn it. Hold on. I'm going to look at their Instagram real quick. I'm still here. Fuck you. What? Why are you shutting? Trying to remember what their... I think... Is their Instagram literally called Trench Crusade? Community. Oh, here we go. Instagram. Oh, here we go. Breaking news. Okay, he's in a completely different fucking language. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the fucking rulebook, as far as I'm concerned. So, literally waiting for the fucking rulebook so we can start playing the fucking game again. Like, please? Factory Fortress, can you fucking get it together? It's about to be November. This book was supposed to be around back in July. Where's... Like, did they shadow drop the rules and I'm just being an asshole? Nope, we're still in 1.6. This is actually so fucking annoying, man. I get it. There's like product delays and stuff, but you can still release the PDF so that way people could fucking play the game how it's supposed to be intended. And it's fucking crazy because they made another Kickstarter where they're making another book. Granted, the Vision Backdrops book actually looks like super fucking cool, but still, like, how long is that going to take to come out? I'm just bitter. I still love this universe. I still love everything they make for it. I just really fucking wish the rules were out. I'm sorry, I have to go read the fucking chat. Someone was saying something. I've been out of the loop of Trench Crusade last year when it was blowing up. What's changed? Nothing's changed, and that's the problem. Literally nothing has changed. We're waiting on 1.0 for the rules because the game's become completely stagnant and kind of boring at this point. So a lot of people aren't playing it right now. At least a lot of people who aren't like super hardcore into the community. So the book was supposed to come out in July. Then it got delayed. They said it's going to come out mid-September. Then they said it's going to come out October. We're already halfway through October. We're more than halfway through October, and it's still not out. Like, I'm just going to go into the server and see if anybody said anything about 1.0. Because even they have the whole new campaign with the Great Hunger. And the Great Hunger is even saying shit like, we're hoping that 1.0 can clarify on some stuff so the rules can be finalized. Literally everybody is waiting on 1.0. There are 871 mentions of the 1.0 rules in the server, which is a lot more than it fucking should be. I would just like for the rules to be out so I can actually teach people the game and it won't be as... Because I'm going to be real with you. Where's this? Yeah, a lot of people are just complaining about the rules right now. Yeah, rules is written. It's actually impossible to fucking disentangle right now. Yeah, it's just like all the rules for Trench Crusade are so fucking so upsetting. And the problem is that the longer that they take to fucking send these rules out, it's just gonna like not meet people's expectations. The second I started chatting GF aggro. It's GF aggro, that's crazy. I love the lore of Trench Crusade. It's so good. I just wish the game was done or out. At least it's technically out, you could play it, but like the rule system is so archaic and not engaging that I don't recommend people to like learn it. I played it a few times. I played it a lot. I'm probably the person who played it the most at my store because I was doing teaching games, but it's so much fun and it's so good, and I know it can be better, but they're just taking so fucking long with it. I don't get why it's grimdark. Sure, the drawings are spooky, but there is heaven, and we know everybody who is loyal is rewarded with peace. Well, okay, so here's a few things about Trench Crusade. First off, you can literally just get your soul dragged down to hell regardless of how faithful you were. So that's what makes it grimdark. Two, how do I explain this? Like it's grimdark because the setting is stagnant, like 40k, where there's like no end in sight. So the focus of the entire world is that it's the forces of hell invading Earth. We're not focusing on heaven and all that shit, because technically speaking, like, yeah, sure, you can just die and you'll go to heaven, but once again, the heretic legions and everybody else can just drag your fucking soul back down to hell. So on and so forth. Like, I think people are like the setting itself, the war and everything is grimdark, but like it's also the same thing you could just argue in 40k being like, yeah, when you die, your soul goes in the warp and your soul just fades away and you don't have to deal with suffering and demons anymore. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. If you want to look at it, that when you die, you don't have to deal with the problem anymore. That's a very shitty and boring way of looking at it, I guess. But sure, whatever, fucking gets your rocks off, I guess. I love the setting because of all the fucking amazing art and all the great lore that's been coming out of it. And I'm really hoping that they don't try to 40k this setting where there's like a need to, or there feels like a need to progress it. I kind of hope it just forever stays as like, I don't know, just stagnant, I guess is the only way to say it. They have some jank morale system. They do. So the morale system is just bullshit anyways. When half your models are dead or down, you roll on 2 dice. If you don't get a 7, you lose the game. Or all of your models are battle shocked, which is basically everybody has -1 to all their stats, which is just literally impossible to do anything with. What the fuck happened to the Balkans? It's the Balkans. It's the Balkans moment. Balkan moment, glory to the Sacred Order of the Dragon. I really hope they do actually release rules or models for that. I like Trench Crusade because like they just how do I explain this? They just allow third-party shit. Like I'm literally looking at their website right now. They have Great Hunger rules and Red Brigade rules, and those are made by completely different companies. And guess what? It's fine. It's fun. I think allowing homebrewing in Trench Crusade is honestly way better than you could with anything else. I would love a Trench Crusade role-playing game. Robbie, I've been looking into trying to run a Trench Crusade campaign with my players, but honestly, given the fact that motherfuckers just aren't showing up to the games, I might just do a Trench Crusade campaign for people in the Discord, if I can organize that. I'm just looking for a game system to do it in. I thought about Morkborg, but I don't really like it. So in 40k, is your soul your consciousness? If it is in your consciousness soul, then why should I care if my soul gets lost in space in space hell when I die? Well, your soul just disappears. Like it fades into the background. Like it's just intangible, I guess. I don't remember specifically how it works, but I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. You're dead. Isn't Trench Crusade the one with the big man with the anti-tank? Yes, it's so good. That's my favorite model. Damn, Byzantium, you were missed. 5e. 5e maybe, but the problem with 5e is that like I would have to literally convert everything, and it would just be a thing of like, do I even let people take classes? I don't know. Elia RPG stream. I don't know about an RPG stream. I might record it and just edit it down because sometimes things can get unhinged, especially with my players, which is why I would never stream their games or record them. Mork has awesome art, but God, Mork has awesome art, but it's just like I've looked into the setting. It looks like or not the setting, the gameplay. It looks like shit. It looks so shit. So wait, what's up with the Americas and Trench Crusade? They were never colonized, so there's just a bunch of Aztecs beating up on demons. That's literally what's going on. And that's only like what's assumed because they were never fucking. How do I explain this? They were never colonized. We literally don't know what's going on. It's just assumed that Aztecs and Native Americans are fighting back demons. Everyone's a paladin or a cleric, no exceptions. Yeah, but then you get into the whole thing of people having magic and like, sure, it's technically speaking, it's based off your faith, but you know, Would it be easier to do it in 5e and just do a total conversion? Yes. Do I want to? Probably not. Am I going to? We'll see. Trench Crusade makes me want to reinstall Battlefield 1, but I'm pretty sure console servers are dead. Console, I'm pretty sure, yes, but PC, you still find plenty of people. I love Battlefield 1. Is there a Marine/Sailor detachment you could do like a bastardized mix of Twilight 2000 and Call of Cthulhu? So for Heretic Legions, they have, you know what, this is a Trench Crusade stream now while I let that stuff dry. Let me grab a... there we go. There's the Heretic Naval Raiding Party, which apparently the entirety of the Atlantic is just controlled by Hell, which is fucking crazy. The Byzantines are still kicking around in New Antioch. Yeah, they are. So the kingdom of Byzantium is gone, but the Byzantines are still running around. My headcanon is that all the evils of the world, so the new world is a utopia. Interesting. Is China all right? I don't remember what happened to China. I'm going to be real with you. We're 5 minutes away from turning into a theology debate. I'll go ahead and just shut down any theology debate. Who gives a fuck? Because the majority of the Trench Crusade map is just like, let's just get it. The entirety of the Trench Crusade map is just focused on Europe, if it wasn't obvious. Okay, this is a pretty shit quality one. Hold on. Someone made a... Here we go, high res. I don't know if this is going to zoom in perfectly or not. It's not. It's fine. Slanesh over Omnisci over all others. Jump off a bridge. I don't know what to tell you. That's like I'm playing Heretic Naval Raiding Party. It's actually really fun. They're not the best, but what's their rules? I guess we'll just go ahead and read their rules real quick because I have Trench Crusade over here. Rapid Response Raiders. Heretic Naval Raiding Party. So they can buy submachine guns for ducats instead of glory, which is kind of great. 3 models can get infiltrators. You can only have 1 anointed and 1 artillery witch, which is fine because you only have 1 artillery witch anyways. You cannot get a werewolf, and everybody gets +1 dice to their dash actions, so they just fucking start sprinting. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now because people are gonna keep asking me this. That as far as I know, it's just Europe. The Mediterranean, China, the fucking everybody else does not have models. Okay, just leave it at that because I no, they're not a thing in the setting right now. Like everything is Europe. The closest you get is the Middle East. What's going on over here? Nobody fucking knows what's going on in Georgia. Georgia's dead. Look at Georgia right there. It's gone. Georgia died and it's your fault. So if the map is to be believed, then the entire Hell's army are only around Turkey, the Middle East, and Lockney, Antioch. The naval forces are on the shores. The naval forces pretty much control all of the ocean, almost. Been Kingdom, but their main superpower. Stupid question. Stupid painting question. Is there a difference between GW sells spray can paint and any other spray can paint? What? Spray paint? I don't know. Just buy paint. Don't buy GW paint. Why are you buying GW or for like spray cans? Don't buy that. Don't buy their shit. Wait, is the Middle East Europe or is that North Africa? I just realized I don't know this. The Middle East is over here. Oh wait, you can't see my mouse. It's fine. The Middle East is in the bottom right corner. You can see Mecca in the bottom right corner. Live Mecca reaction. Is Georgia where the Black Rail is? I'm pretty sure Georgia is fucked up. Yeah, from the Black Rail, if I remember correctly. But North Africa is all the way here in the bottom left corner. North Africa is relatively fine, except for when you go a little bit to the right and you see the domain of Mammon. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, the heretics own Gibraltar. Like they own the sea. There's no contest. So it's going with Mars and all this. Oppo, find a bridge. IRL, the Middle East is the western part. Yeah, they're technically part of Asia. Didn't the devil go down to Georgia? Not in this game. Would Stalin be a heretic commander or a Georgian priest? Campaign for North Africa stream win? What does that even mean? What do you mean by that? Like what? Like a trench crusade campaign set in North Africa where you fight the Knights of Avarice? I know what the North African campaign is from World War II, and that's it. It's a board game. I don't play board games. I play board games. Board games are too boring for me, man. I'm not a big board. Oh god, I'm not a big board game guy. Can you speak up? I'm driving. Fuck you. This game has never been completed before. What are you talking about? A 30-year long... What? How the fuck did it correct Georgia to Tearaway? I have no idea, man. I have no idea what to tell you. I'm so tempted to comment about the echoes in your Dark Angels video. Yeah, it's bad. I could not salvage the audio a third time. It was not happening. I'm just driving in my car right after a beer. It's almost like it's in the name or something. Sorry, it's actually up 1,500 hours. What the fuck are you talking about? Campaign of North Africa is the longest running game. Gotcha. Tried to play it for 5 hours. He couldn't even finish past the turn. This segment of the soundtrack, the album, I guess you want to call it that, sounds like Forever Winter, and I don't know how to explain it. Okay, you keep saying how long it is. What is it? Like, what are you doing with it? Like, what is the objective of the game? I don't give a fuck how long it is. I care what you're supposed to be doing. The sneeze. God damn it! The sneeze went away. Fuck. Campaign for North Africa. Are you okay? Well, what fucking side are you on now? Let me ask that. Or do you just play both sides, or how fucking whatever? Who's Rommel? Who's Erwin Rommel in this situation? Have you played the Mechanicus demo? I have not played it. I'm gonna be real with you. I saw a little bit of it. I don't know if I want to play Mechanicus 2. I'm going to, but like, it doesn't have the same feel as the first game. Deciding if Africa is spelled Africa or Africa, that's pretty good. Mechanicus 1 is right there. No need for a 2. I just wish Mechanicus 1 had a New Game Plus mode. I don't know how I feel about Mechanicus 2. Didn't they put voice acting in the game? And they didn't do the cool Tech Priest warble noises or anything? Demons can't really press it to Africa because of the rains. Actually really like the VA. I don't want my AdMech to be voice acted. I want them to have the weird, crazy, warbly noises. That shit's fucking awesome. Africa goes harder. Okay, Rat Boy. All right. Hey, Rat Boy, do you play Black Templars by chance? Oh, some super glue got on my brush. That's great. Binaric, yeah. I guess you could call it binaric. AdMech should sound like dial-up internet. I fucking agree! That's why I don't want voice acting in my AdMech game. That was literally one of the parts of the first ad of Mechanicus that got praised, and now they're going for voice actors. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand why they're going that Saint Toto bless the rains of Africa. Oh, by the way, I'm doing the alpha for Heresy. If you want any information from it, doing the alpha. Oh, the alpha for Dark Heresy. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna play Dark Heresy until I finish Rogue Trader, and I'm not gonna finish Rogue Trader for a very long time. So you don't need to tell me anything. Africa circa 1942. Hans, I have an idea. Hell yeah, Alcott Games. Hell yeah. You dislike Black Templars because of the fan base. I dislike Black Templars because they're Imperial Fishing degradation. We are not the same. Hell yeah. Just in time for the next 2 DLCs to come out. Oh, are they making more DLCs? That's gonna be great. Thoughts on Warhammer Fantasy / the Old World? Warhammer Fantasy is cool. I don't give a fuck about Old World. Warhammer Fantasy was a cool setting that not much was really going on with it, so I understand why GW got rid of it. That being said, they did not have to end times the setting to make Age of Sigmar. Dark Angels are when Black Templars don't want to run the risk of being called that guy. That's actually pretty funny. Old World is fantasy, yes, but Old World is also like its own setting right now as compared to Warhammer Fantasy. Warhammer Fantasy as a setting I enjoy. Old World as a game I could not give less of a fuck about. The first thought, just bought my first codex. What the fuck is an invulnerable save? Invulnerable saves are force fields and shit. Oh yeah, there is going to be a DLC with Trazen, huh? That's cool. An invulnerable save is something that's always there that you can fall back on. You don't have to use the invulnerable save if you don't want to. It's always a choice. Because sometimes your normal save is better. Old World gets Chinese dragons if that's your thing. Old World sucks compared to old Warhammer Fantasy Battle. That's what I've heard. You know what I could also do, Breadmaker? I could also just go look at Yao Ming in Warhammer, or Total War Warhammer 3. Necron Companion Lin. You probably just have Trazen follow you around. It would be really funny. Oh, that's just going to take a while to dry. Truth nuke. Do I spy? Yeah, it is water washable resin. It's Elegoo. The green shit. I like using it for transparent minis. Dude, I just want cool classes for RT. I'm so tired with the current ones. Oh, Rogue Trader. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like the class building in Rogue Trader at all. It's not my favorite. Do they have invulnerable saves in Trench Crusade? No, everything is mortal and can die. The only thing you have in Trench Crusade that can save your life is, aside from your armor, is some units have the tough keyword, which basically means if they were to instantly get killed, they just fall on their ass and can stand back up later. However, once you lose tough, it's gone for the rest of the game, and you can get killed normally. The only way how you could make yourself basically invincible is if you have an armor rating of -3. So that way, the only way somebody can kill you is if they roll 2 6s on any injury dice, which is a 1 in 36 chance. I feel that, but at least it's not Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I didn't play any of their Pathfinder games because I don't give a fuck about Pathfinder. Oh, it's being a psyker mattered. Yeah, it does not matter in the game, does it? Kind of weird. What do you think? What do you think the Trazen Museum admission is? I think you have to give him something that you find important, and he judges it worthy. You come in or not, you're an exhibit. Maybe. Hey, Ballard, announce me. Make my presence known to these filth. In Trench Crusade, I can send wave after wave of conscripted enemy infantry into the enemy machine guns and gain 100 meters of bloody land. Technically speaking, as far as I know, in Trench Crusade, there's no official limit to how many models you can bring, but there's like a hard limit for most like standard play of like 13 models at most. Or otherwise, you could just play Black Grail and just spam zombies and they don't die. You wouldn't kill anything, you would just slow the game down and you would be annoying. But the fun thing about Trench Crusade is that anybody can kill anything. I had a shitty little new Antioch Yeoman just aim his rifle. 13 models. There's no units in Trench Crusade. Every unit is its own. Every model is its own individual unit. But I had a shitty little new Antioch Yeoman, which is like the most basic of infantry. He got a bolt action rifle and he blasted the head off of a fucking Witchburner general in like turn 1. It was so fucking great. Scripture inform us on the price of a mile. I don't know what you're talking about. Is this like a World War I British person joke? Yeah, it's just gonna take a while to dry, so I guess I'm just gonna sit here and talk for a little bit. I need to... Bro doesn't get the Sabaton reference. I don't listen to Sabaton that much anymore. I like the Heroes album, and that was kind of it. IDK if it's a hot take, but I think a majority of AOS models look better than 40k. Most people tell you that. Church Crusade plays more like Kill Team than Warhammer Battle IRC. Church Crusade plays more like more time than it does Kill Team, because Kill Team has a lot of fucking rules. If we're just chatting, who's your least favorite chatter? It doesn't give me a list of people who are here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say Rat Boy because he just says wrong bullshit all the time for some reason. And I honestly think he's doing it to spite me. It won't give me a list of the people who are in the stream. Oh, here we go, participants. Oh, it only tells me the people who are chatting. Rather than everybody who's in the stream. Corn is legit a superfood. Europe is cooked. Corn is not great. If America was never colonized in Trench Crusade, then Europe wouldn't have potatoes and corn and so on and so forth. So this is the problem about Trench Crusade, and let me just go ahead and show you something. I gotta find it first really quick. Here we go, my mini factory fortress. Let me go ahead and show you your problem about like the whole oh, the fucking Americas were never discovered. Where is it? I don't think it's... Here we go. So this is the problem with the whole of the Americas were discovered. Is the top left corner, you can see there is a Browning automatic rifle. Right there. The Americas being discovered in Trench Crusade does not fucking matter because time will always allow John Moses Browning to exist. And if you think that's fucking crazy, let me go ahead and show you something else that's kind of insane. Let's go ahead. Let's go back. Let's go to all of the shit. Not just the New Antioch. Let's go to all the shit they have for Trench Crusade. And you'll notice that there's weapon packs, right? So let's go ahead and let's look at the church weapon bundle, because I'm pretty sure it's in here. What's in the church weapon bundle that might be so crazy? I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that if we just look at the bottom middle, there's just a fucking RPG. This is an item you can use in the campaign mode. This is a thing. So, once again, shit being discovered in Trench Crusade doesn't matter because mankind will always find a way to make crazy shit. 30-06 is God's caliber. There's actually a lot of cool guns that you can use for like 3D kit bashing here, which I really enjoy. But yeah, the discovery of America does not matter for Trench Crusade because John Moses Browning is a universal constant. 1911 always finds a way to exist. The 1911 has been going strong for one whole crusade. There's also a 1910 shotgun. Yeah, like the Browning A1 or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around here. It's actually not. No, it's a bunch of other shit. This pistol 1-2 Crusades is real. They could have at least gone with the British Pallete instead of a Soviet RPG. Yeah, but that's not cool. Stop being a contrarian. RPG in my Christian war game setting is sick as fuck. The hell weapons are honestly incredibly boring. Just like a flaming sword, and that's about it. Everything else is just like really shittily made stuff. This pistol 1-2 Crusades. It's so funny. Joseph Smith was right. I love Trench Crusade. This shit's so good. Oh, Jesus. I'm surprised there's no holy hand grenade jokes. Oh, are you? Oh, no, that's a thing. You can get a holy hand grenade in Trench Crusade. It's an item. I think it's a church weapon. I gotta go look back at the church accessories. Not church accessories, church weapons. Trying to find it, but there is a holy hand grenade. It is a thing in game. You can get a holy hand grenade. RPG on a stick is I also cast hammer. That's just a weapon you can get just like normally for trench pilgrims. It's literally like an anti-tank hammer. It's so good. Counterpoint, the RPG is a Soviet weapon which contradicts the Anglo origins. Counterpoint, who gives a fuck? An RPG in my Trench Crusade is cool. I don't know. I think a Mormon faction would be really funny. Yeah, but the whole thing about Mormonism existing is that America would have to be discovered. So this is the thing about Trench Crusade. We're not fucking with denominations of religion because first off, who has time for that? Two, hell has invaded. There's no point in petty squabbles. That's why New Antioch exists, because it literally has every single denomination of the faith under Christianity within the same walls, which is great. So there's literally a thing where it says like you have like Orthodox priests blessing fucking what are they called, Ethiopian warriors, the Lutherans and Trench Crusade. I literally just said any of your denominations exist because they're all under the banner of New Antioch. You underestimate the power of eternal schism. You underestimate the power of fucking hell invading and forcing everybody to work together. Somehow Martin Luther has returned. Even Christians and Muslims stopped fighting. Literally, Christians and Muslims stopped trying to kill each other because hell is invaded. That's a pretty good reason to stop killing each other. What are the Jews doing in Trench Crusade? We are actually going to get Hebrew Knights. I don't know if there's art of them yet. Bro, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is a thing. I don't fucking know. I'm Catholic, dude, and I live in California. Don't fucking expect you to know all your fucking weird ass crazy denominations. Actually, yeah, golems and Kabbalah. Yeah, no, they actually have like, I don't want to say Jewish cabals because I'm pretty sure that's actually the correct terminology, but it sounds so fucking evil, and I don't want to say that. But I don't know if there's art of the Hebrew Knights yet. I don't think there is. But yeah, no, the Jewish people in Trench Crusade are like knights and shit, and they're doing a bunch of crazy shit going on. The problem is that they don't have any models in game except for one. Let me find him, because I just realized I actually have him, and he's so fucking cool. Oh, I don't think they sell him anymore. I think he was a pre-order bonus, so I actually have to go into my files and find him. No, they do not. Okay, let me go into my files real quick. He's somewhere around here. Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade. Oh god, hiccups. That hurt. Here we go. The Scripture Guardian images. Fucking look at this dude. Display capture. Look how fucking cool he is. This is a golem that may or may not have been created by one of the cabals. Or Kabbalah, however you want to fucking pronounce it. But yeah. So if I remember correctly, the whole lore of this thing is that like it just like Vault was opened and it just started doing shit. You can bring it in heretics or faithful. It doesn't matter what army. It's a mercenary available for everybody. And it is just one of the coolest fucking things I've seen in a while. Gonna bounce and watch anime. You're watching anime? That's cringe. We'll see you later, Robbie. Yeah, the scripture guardian is fucking cool. I think he literally just exists just to like, how do I explain this? Just like keep records of things. You know, you fucked up when you managed to do something even King Richard and Saladin couldn't do in peace between Christendom and the Caliphate. Yeah, it's not a great time right now for the faithful. Are all the Hebrew a mix of Muslim alchemists, and are the Hebrew like a mix of the Muslim alchemists and the Christian iconography? Well, they don't have models or art right now, which is the problem. So I can't give an answer on that. All I know is that they have the Kabbals and Golems. Apparently, there's a excerpt about the Hebrew Knights hunting down one of the old Crusaders that released the Hellgate in Jerusalem. I can't find where it is though. Does Arthurian legend exist somewhere? No fucking idea. Can it? Probably. Does it? Zero clue. There's so much out there about Treacherous Crusade, which I like. It's all. There's also a bunch of fan made stuff, so it's just like the canon gets muddied, but there's still just so much cool shit. I don't know why. I thought I've been streaming for longer than an hour and a half. It feels like it's been way longer. But Warsmith, you're supposed to know everything. I know a lot about Warhammer, but Treacherous Crusade, first off, isn't fucking done. So, yeah. Hold on. And also, like I said, the Hebrew factions aren't even like a thing right now. So, yeah. Did you guys see the thing about George Lucas a while ago? Here we go. Here's the tweet. George Lucas, when asked if he moved on from Star Wars, replied, Disney took it over and gave it their own vision. That's what happens. Of course I've moved past it. I mean, I've got a life. Hell yeah, George. Who is your favorite Warsmith? Me. Who to win tech for tech, Mechanicus or Leagues of Otan? I think they're tied. Honestly, Mechanicus has a lot of dark age of technology shit still laying around, and people seem to forget that. The hell was I looking for? Do you have any Reforged lore besides the one short? I'm gonna be making more. I have more. I have it written down. I just haven't gotten around to making the shorts, which I really need to. I probably should have made one of those instead of making what was it? Instead of streaming. Actually, the more I think about it, but it's whatever. It's fine. Happy Diwali, brother. Is that an Indian holiday that I don't celebrate because I'm a red-blooded fucking American? Happy Diwali to you as well, good sir. I think I don't know. I've immediately forgot what I'm looking for because you started telling me that. Diwali or Biwali? What are you doing? Yes, I'm technically painting Night Haunt, but now we're talking about Treacherous Crusade, and I'm waiting for my Night Haunt to dry before I can do anything more to them. Because one of the steps of my night hunt is to cover them in a wash, and the wash takes forever to dry. So I probably should have done that before I started streaming, but it's fine. Wally. I'm a Milwaukee boy. That's funny. We gotta settle a debate. Great's the best season. It's fall. Technically speaking, it's winter, but fall is the lead up. So fall matters a lot. Also, lots of winter jackets that go hard, literally. It can't be for long, so bye and best stream. All right, see you, Garg. No worries. We're just talking at this point. My sister used to grow up in a local Diwali festival because her best friend's mother organized the thing. A little white girl dancing with her Indian friends. That's funny. Are you finally leaving California? I really fucking want to. Not right now. We're supposed to be moving. And then, like I said, if this channel ever makes enough money to warrant it, I will leave California in a fucking heartbeat. Did you see the Hate March animation? You mean the 20-second animation that got looped into an 8-minute video? Yes. How did the games go yesterday? Unless you're doing a battle recap video. I'm not. They were good. The first round was against the store owner. He had Tau. It was funny. There was no sight lines, so we just had to fight close quarters the entire time. And we just kept trading units, but I went first, so I was able to kill his stuff quicker. And I won by like, what was it? 3 or 2 points over him. So it worked out. The second game was against one of my friends who plays Death Guard a lot. The problem is that he's very good at the game, and he brought like 25 Terminators, so it was really rough to fight him against. Now let's talk about the galactic financial system. Quick, kill him per capita. I can't do it. Ah. Yeah, no, it was fun. Also hoodie weather, yeah, it's starting to hit. It's starting to actually get like semi cold over here, so I have an excuse to wear a hoodie again, which is fucking fantastic. There we go. I have no ideas on conversation. Oh god, what's your cold/heat tolerance? I can deal with the cold pretty well. As a matter of fact, I actually really like the cold. But it doesn't get super cold here. The coldest it's gotten here is like 38 degrees or something, I think, or like high 40s, somewhere around there. It doesn't get that cold. Oh god, thank you, Lost. Jesus, I appreciate it. But yeah, I do enjoy the cold. My heat tolerance is like, honestly, if it could be like 115 and I can be outside for a little bit, but extended periods of time, it's not happening. Oh shit, you're in California, same here, under very unfortunate circumstances. Yeah, fucking real as fuck. Gotta scroll up because Lost decided to... I'm sorry, I am late. I got lost in my video games. Wait, like ever? Hold on. The conversation is now destroyed. There you go. I cannot function over 77 degrees Fahrenheit, but shorts weather doesn't hit until 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, everybody gets... So this is the thing that I hate about like temperature and weather conversations. Everybody is acclimated to the temperature that they live in because that's where you were like born and raised most of your life. So that's just how it is. But yeah, no, I love the cold. Do I like freezing cold temperatures? Probably not. I heard the Great Lakes has great summers but terrible winters. Yeah, it does. 38 degrees Fahrenheit is not that cold. Shut up. It's different for other people. This is why I fucking hate talking about temperature. I like being able to wear a sweater. That's fun. Like, my natural state of being is wearing long sleeves, and I don't get to do that in California. I'm moving to Chicago for a job too. I'm fucked. Hell yeah, brother. I can't stand I love temperatures under 50. It's so nice. I feel like I'm literally like designed for the winter. I don't know. Not harsh winters, obviously. Said in the next wave of gifts. Stop it. You're not. I can't wait to be back home to Wisconsin. The Mojave Desert can bite my ass. Oh god, that's brutal. The Mojave? Ugh. And before Celsius chuds start expressing their opinions. I have a fan running nearly 365 days in my room. Same. Dude, this fan has been going on for like 2 years straight. It's only turned off because the power's gone out. As the Great Lakes are kind of have terrible summers now and grossly warm winters. Okay, you guys say grossly warm winters, but like how warm are your winters? Jim, good winter clothing is hard to find nowadays. It's either focused on fashion or cheap and can't retain heat. Yeah. I run abnormally warm and I've always had a lot of fast storage. Cold is my shit. Hell yeah. Viking DNA doesn't hurt winter. Mm-hmm. I gotta flip a coin really quick. I'm trying to decide something. Oh god. If the Union ever dissolves, I'll say all Midwestern states unify. Call it the Empire. What? Grossly warm, like 40s until March. Grossly... Okay, this is why I don't like talk about temperature. 40 is not warm to me. But once again, I've lived in the desert. I'd kill for a trench coat, but I doubt the office would appreciate it. I don't want to be that guy, you know? Fucking wear whatever you want. Who gives a shit? Stop caring about what other people fucking... Caring about what other people think is cringe. New York is like 98 humid all summer. Is it? That's foul. 48 is cold as shit in California. Yes, it is. My city is 56. It's frigid. Real. It's hard to hang a trench coat up. Well, fucking put it on your chair. I don't know. We don't want me to tell you. Heard Alaska is super nice in the summer. My grandparents went there last year. Yeah, apparently it is. For the last few years here, besides 2024 and 2025 winter, it snows once on Halloween and green until late February. In the city I am in now, it's cooler in my hometown, which is only 60. My fucking dude, where I live, it's hot as shit. Like it's 71 degrees right now, and that's the coldest it's been in a little bit. It'll get colder throughout the rest of the night. Let me check. Yeah, it'll get like 60s tonight, which is like cold for us. Washington's kind of seems like they really get below 40. Interesting. I wonder what 40k models would make good fishing lures. Probably Tyranids. I think Tyranids. If we're talking about painted models, it's different. Also, things aren't really that shiny down below the water because you start to lose light the deeper you go. If we're talking men's fashion, then high-waisted pants need to make a comeback. Sitting down while wearing a belt. On a low conventional low-waisted pants is uncomfortable. Real as fuck. I need to dress up like Q from Street Fighter. That's pretty good. I like that. Red models are bad for lures. Red light gets absorbed first. I'm in my mysterious era. You're so real for that. Yeah, they had a thing called PFD, Permanent Fund Dividend, and you paid per member of your house. What the hell? Exalted Flames 16, I think would be a pretty good lure. Yeah, probably. 74% humidity right now. It's not that humid where I'm at. I don't know if the weather app here will tell me how humid it is. 29% humidity somehow. That's crazy. It's actually pretty humid. We're dry as fuck over here. The coldest it's getting all week is 55 degrees. Or Smith Dio. What about me? Oh, what's your opinion on Kelvin? Kelvin's fucking stupid. Just for like normal people, Kelvin doesn't fucking matter. Like, yeah, it's good for science. Like, don't get me wrong, it's needed for science. But like, it gives a Kelvin's stupid. I don't understand Kelvin. Like, what is? Hold on. What is 80 degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin? 299. This shit doesn't make any sense. So like 300 degrees Kelvin is like a normal temperature for me, but Kelvin also doesn't take into consideration humidity. I don't think Kelvin is better than Celsius. At least Celsius is just fucking stupid. Fucking hate Celsius. Don't get me started. We're complaining about temperature now. I wish I could just like Arthur Morgan. No one's stopping you. Kelvin is much more exact though. Who cares? I'm a human being. Kelvin does not register to me. We use Fahrenheit. We're human beings. God. All right, I tap back out and tap back in. Bro lives in the Arctic. I care. Humans made Kelvin too. Humans made a lot of things, but I do not care. Celsius is a stupid man who uses Fahrenheit. Rat boy, a majority of the people here, I'm pretty sure, are from the US, so this is a losing battle. Best ice cream flavor? Vanilla. Vanilla literally clears everything. You want to know why vanilla clears everything? Because people are going to tell me vanilla is boring, vanilla is basic. Vanilla is not basic. Vanilla is the standard. Vanilla is the ice cream flavor of which everything is measured by. If your ice cream tastes worse or better than vanilla, that is the metric. Vanilla is the middle of the road. You can never go wrong with vanilla. You can use vanilla for everything. You don't know why I like vanilla so much? I have a fucking gallon of vanilla ice cream in my freezer right now that I'm probably gonna go get. And you know what I'm gonna do with my vanilla? I'm gonna cover it in fucking caramel drizzle. Because vanilla is meant to be experimented with, and you're meant to use stuff with it. Vanilla is great. If you don't like it, you shouldn't eat ice cream. If you do not like vanilla, please face the wall. Vanilla is the metric to which everything is judged by. For human senses, you can actually get less range with Kelvin and Celsius. I feel like there's a difference between degrees of Fahrenheit. This gets abstracted to maybe a degree Celsius, depending on how you use the setup. That's a lot of words that I don't understand, Drake, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, yeah. Celsius is a stupid man who uses Fahrenheit, water-loving Celsius Luddite. Ritz, why do you just say shit like this? That's great. I'm 70% water, not 100% water. Fuck Celsius, hell yeah. Do it on camera, face the wall, and just execute people. I think I'd get in trouble for that. I'm not gonna lie, Kyle. Yeah, vanilla's the best. Fuck what people say. Women love Dr. Pepper. All my homies hate Celsius. Hell yeah. Women do love Dr. Pepper. I work with a lot of women, and they all love Dr. Pepper. Mr. Diadium send Ravoy to the principal's office and have him expelled. Dude, that was a fucking movie. Did they make a sequel to that shit? That's so weird. Take a spoonful of peanut butter and mix it with chocolate syrup. I don't have chocolate syrup, but I have peanut butter. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper right now. Should I be worried? No. Everybody loves Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's amazing. It was funny. At my work, all the women I work with learned when my birthday was, and you want to know what they got me for my birthday? Somebody went to Costco and got me a 32-pack of Dr. Pepper. Good morning, Goobers. Hello, Deathcore. There was a sequel on Netflix called We Can Be Heroes. Interesting. Coke is the king of the South. Well, that's why the South lost. My Jewish friend drinks 4 Dr. Peppers a day. You wanna know what I like? I like how you have to say that he's Jewish. Because that the pretense of that for some reason matters on the Dr. Pepper. Vanilla flavoring shouldn't truthfully be the most basic flavor due to the absolute hellish pain it is to observe vanilla flavoring chocolate. Or chocolate is a much easier way to get. Yeah, that's why vanilla is the litmus test of which all other flavors are judged by. Specifically with ice cream. Peanut butter and vanilla ice cream is good. That sounds like cancer. Oh my god, I'm getting diabetes thinking about it. We could be heroes, yeah. My Jewish friend drinks 4 Dr. Peppers a day. Americans wonder why they're obese. We're obese for a lot more reasons than just sugar, dude. Someone's messaging me, but it's fine. I had questions. Here's a life hack. The best vanilla ice cream is Kroger's private selection. I don't have any of that here, I don't think. Everyone likes vanilla and not everyone likes chocolate. Dude, I grew out of chocolate so fast. It's so crazy. He's also one of the people who finished one of the 10 people who finished our 3-mile run Friday morning. 5 a.m. That's insane. Peanut butter and vanilla. Okay, I'll probably try that later. I had Mexican chocolate ice cream. It was great. It's interesting. I never knew that was a thing. A lot of flavors use vanilla as base, so exactly. Vanilla is the king of flavors. Peanut butter is good with everything. I don't know about everything. If you put peanut butter on a lobster, I don't think it would be too good. You gotta cover the vanilla ice cream in chocolate coating, and that turns hard. Oh yeah, the chocolate shell shit. That shit's kind of good. I'm not a fan of chocolate, though. No, I'm not gone again. I'm just fucking asking my friend questions on Discord because they brought up some they brought up some shit that I'm looking into, and now they're having a full blown conversation about it. Bro is still skinny, strong as shit, and fast as fuck. Great. I mean, I'm a fucking wine snob for Coke. Fuck Coke. What? No. I don't know. Is he? Go check. Yeah. I assume he's there. Go check. He might be in his room with his door closed. Anyways, I'm back. Fun fact for y'all. I'm waiting for. Why do you? Oh wait, peanut butter is one of the best one of the best foods for famines because of how nutrition dense it is. It really is nutrient dense. Coke and Pepsi taste the same. Incorrect. Coke and Pepsi do not taste the same. I'm losing my fucking mind right now. The only thing I think that is vanilla is bad is vanilla flavored beers. You just cream soda. I like cream soda. I would drink Barks root beer or Dr. Pepper every day over Coca-Cola. Dude, fucking Barks root beer. You can't really buy it anywhere, which is annoying to me. And that's the one I like. They do not taste the same. Pepsi is sweeter. Pepsi tastes more watered down and it isn't as fizzy. There are studies concluded, and without a label, there's no discernible difference. I disagree. Coke tastes better than Pepsi. Pepsi's too sweet. Yes, thank you. Mug root beer. Mug is okay. It's not my favorite. I like A&W. Mug is shit, honestly. Fuck Mug. I like Barks way more. But they don't sell Barks in cans where I'm at. I'm telling you, they aren't the same. They're not. Everyone else is wrong. But there's a study that said, no. Shut up. No one cares. This is like cigarette companies saying that there's no link to smoking and fucking lung cancer. Shut up. They're not the same. Pepsi did a blind test. People push their product. Yeah. No, they are not. Fuck you. If whoever says Pepsi and Coke taste the same, you're getting timed out. That's not even a meme. I will time you out over this. I'm fucking getting pissed off. Is that shit still drying? It is. Okay, it's still a little bit wet. I have to leave it alone for a little bit longer and then I can keep painting. But smoking is so cool. Real OGs know water brands taste completely different. Yes, they do. You can't time me out. I give you my life savings. Apple, I can fucking time you out. There's a button right here. I can do it. Right click. Timeout user. Also, drunk cigs don't count. What the fuck are you talking about? Drunk cigs? How can people say Pepsi and Coke taste the same when they literally don't? Real. Purified over spring water? Real as fuck for that one. Have any of you drank Arrowhead water? It is the worst fucking thing I've tasted in my entire life. It's legitimately liquid ass. I stand by my morals, make a show of me. How long can I time you out for? Because I don't want to time you out and then you're gone for like an hour. I don't know if it gives me a little timer. I'm going to click on it. Oh, here we go. I can time you out for 10 seconds. Oh shit, it deletes your messages. That's so stupid. Can I untime you? Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, Arrowhead's fucking disgusting, dude. That shit's so nasty. Half the water brands just fill their waters with tap water, and then Brandon has clean spring water from God's asshole. Arrowhead is collected from gutter realities. Oh my god. Well, okay, here's the thing. Apo told me to strike him down. Arrowhead is my favorite game publisher. Arrowhead would be my favorite game publisher if they listened to their fucking player base, dude. Someone at me in the Discord? Oh no, I have a different notification. You know what's funny? I need to go back and look at my... I have a pending friend request from somebody in the Discord. So I don't accept friend requests just because, I don't know, I don't understand the point in accepting friend requests. My DMs are open. Like, you guys can send me shit all the time. But I just find it funnier to not accept people's friend requests than deny them. I should be going to bed, but my roommate is still playing Battlefield 6, so I'm probably going to start gaming again. I'm going to stay up for probably till like 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to focus up on shit. I don't know. I would die for this hill again. I want to time you out again, but it's at least all your messages. It's kind of not fun. The water is way better than most and also cheaper anyways. Yeah, it is. Apo, I swear to fucking God. Can you friend me? No, fuck you. I don't friend anybody. I really need to look into... I'm actually going to start looking this stuff up. I'm timing myself out. That's crazy. I'm going to time myself out from reality. General rule is cheaper water, the better it tastes. Yeah, it really is, though, actually. Well, Ohio fact. Well, Ohio existed since 1803. It was only recognized as a state in 1953 under Eisenhower. Despite this, we still beat Michigan in the Pallete Awards, turning oligarchy. That's amazing. At least it's not Dasani. Dasani actually just tastes awful, which is so crazy. I remember it being better. Like, if we're talking about water brands, I'm just gonna drink like normal, basic, cheap shit or Aquafina. We just get water from like one of those water dispensers. It's like a Primo, I think is what it's called around here. We just get that shit. We used to get oh my god, what are those big ass, like the ones you find out of gas stations? I forget what they're called. It's not Glacier, it's something else. Smart water. No, I'm talking about a water dispenser, like the things you find outside of gas stations. I can't remember. Some guy here just mentioned going to my hometown, crime capital of California by population to learn about water. I just said dispenser, not fucking bottled water. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I used to live right next to one. Hold on. I don't even know if they're called water dispensers. It's probably called some fuck ass thing. Freedom's choice. Igloo. Is it Igloo? It might be Igloo. It is Igloo, I think. No, it's not. Igloo is a fucking. I mean, the things you find outside a gas station is not an actual water dispenser. I forget what they're called. What the fuck? It's the thing where you could put like a giant 5-gallon jug in and get water dispensed to you. You pay like $1 for it. I think they're normally called ice machines, but the ones here don't deliver ice. Oh, I can't fucking remember. I'm so mad. We're talking about water companies and whether what the fuck. Yeah, this stream is insane. Water Fountain Commander AFO says Wisconsin. It's called them. They're called bubblers. Water fountains are for display. Did you just call it a... Wait, you called it a bubbler? What the fuck is wrong with you? Some more Malcadors who wanted to have the powers to be female and buff man bro was onto something. I'm glad Malcador did get his fucking way. Park Victory took Talladale from Michigan, but unfortunately we got Talladale. That's great. We're evolving into 40-year-old dads. Everybody's hit their dad arc by now, whether or not they have kids. Yeah, they're called fucking bubblers. What else would they be? Fountains. Yeah. Bubbler isn't... Bubblers are like a fucking Midwestern thing or something because nobody calls them bubblers here. A water fountain. It shoots water out like a water fountain. Water does not bubble out. It shoots out like a fountain. Literally everybody calls them fountains. You're fucking insane. I'm very glad I could join the stream. Be well. See you, bread maker, go bread maker. All water fountains. I don't care what anybody says. Not if the bubbles are old. No. Shut. What the fuck? Okay, man. I've lived in a lot of places. I've never heard fucking water bubbler. Aquador the Dust Man. Yeah, he got his ass fucking beat. You need to fix your water pressure real. You know, I was going to fight bubblers, but honestly, they're making good points. Stop it! I liked your Dark Ages video. Pleb, thanks, nerd. I'm glad you liked the fucked up audio in that one, because it kept breaking towards the end. Calling bubblers fountain is like calling soda cola or Coke, or whatever the fuck they call it later. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. It was annoying me because the audio got fucked up already one time, and then I re-recorded it, and then it's still not working, and I just got so fucking mad. Dark Angle. Dude, I was so worried when I put out the video that I accidentally put dark angle somewhere in it, but I don't think I did. Water Schlongler, what the fuck? You have rain barrels in Cali? I think it's illegal to have rain barrels in Cali because our government is fucking communist. California has airdrop water because they destroyed their really cool lake. Yeah, we really did, huh? I didn't notice audio issues in the dark. My voice got super quiet in some parts and it was really hard to listen to me. That's what I'm talking about. But that's because I'm autistic and I can't sit in front of the mic completely still to record stuff. Speaking of water, I need to drink some water. I haven't drank any. Wait, water? Fuck no. Fun fact, you can keep rain barrels, but it's illegal to use them for your own consumption. Right, because it's not like FDA approved or something. I believe you can use it, technically speaking, for irrigation, but that's it. People really need to stop building cities in the middle of the desert. Overdraft, we can have a long conversation about Africa and the fact that people live where there's no food, but I'm not going to get into that because that's going to sound racist. All right, I think I can start painting. Trying to sleep to the stream, but everybody has their dogs out in the barracks. I hate feet. Oh, they're dogs. Gotcha. You. That's disgusting. Put your fucking grippers away, bro. All right, I can finally use this palette now. I think these things should be dry enough. Where's my black? That's my black. Where is it? That's neutral gray. Black is right. That fucking Blood Emperor photo got me an audible laugh. It's so good, dude. One of you showed me that, I think, or I saw it on Reddit. I don't remember. Like, people who build cities below sea level are surprised when it gets floods. Real. I genuinely sometimes have the urge to drink Lead Belcher specifically. No other colors, just Lead Belcher. That's insane. I almost always wear socks unless I have to deal with leather. The only reason I don't wear socks is because I don't know what's wrong with me. I easily sweat, which is funny because I'm wearing like really thick pants right now, or pajama pants. But that's just because it's starting to get colder where I live. I don't know what the fuck happened to my room. My room is like seriously fucking cold. It's colder than the outside by like a good 10 degrees. And I don't know why. Who the fuck is walking around the shower without showers, uses shoes at the barracks? Yeah, that shit's insane. Speaking of Africa, I watched Blood Diamond with my dad, and he said, I don't understand why they're killing each other. If they're... Okay. Your dad needs to go ahead and look at the last few thousand years of African history real quick. Because I think he's missing a lot of context. Guys, clip that out of context real quick. That's why I didn't say the whole fucking thing. I don't want to get clipped out of context. I need to grab another paper towel because this paper towel is starting to get a bit murky. I'll be back real quick. Actually, really excited to try this wet palette. I don't think it's not gonna be revolutionary. I just think it's cool. Sure, you can't shit here. This is a Wendy's. That's crazy. The Austrian lore between 1939 and 1945 go way hard. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up, Ritz. To see them. Let's paint up this dude. He's stanced up. So I basically, how I do this is like I overbrush a bit. Try and just get the edges of what's going on first. And then I actually paint the black on the rest of the model. Now I get black. Finger. Kid named Finger. These guys are gonna have a lot more Nazgul vibes, I feel. Yeah, what do you think Sterling Mud tastes like? Hold on. I have 3 bottles of this. And I'm not joking. I would do it if someone donated, probably. Only a little bit, not a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna taste like shit. I'm fairly certain there's no toxicity warnings on the back of this. Valhalla Blizzard I would never eat. That's just like straight glue. Said a little bit, not chug. Damn, calm down. You shouldn't eat paints in general. No, you shouldn't, but, you know. It won't kill me. I'm tempted, though. You lack. I was thinking I would love a visual of the Hunter from Bloodborne fighting in Warhammer. He would just get fucking murdered. The warp ain't safe for him, big man. Don't need them without thinning first. Be professional. Paint thinner, my favorite. You know, honestly, this paint scheme is so simple. I could probably actually blitz through an entire army. It's just that, like, I don't have an army idea that I want. Because right now my list is 40 Bladegeist Revenants and 20 Craven Throne Guard with Kurdos, a Revenant Draconith, and some other character. I don't remember what. I think Reikenor, whatever his name is, the Grimhaler. Damn, I can't donate. I said it for a good amount, not for $1. Calm down. Like McCrag, Balloon, Blood, Belcher. Shut the fuck up, Cap. I like what they mixed together. Alien Green. I'm gonna say right now, the paint that I thought I would try and taste the best, I'm not gonna lie, it is Bieltan Shade Green. It's the only paint I've ever thought about like consuming, because it just looks like some fucked up syrup. Do you know what Achelian Green is? I'm gonna look it up, I guess. Lost quick total $30. Lost not. Oh, it's the contrast paint for that's used on Alpha. Wait, do you just use Achelian Green and it just automatically looks like shiny, like metallic? Oh, you use it over Lead Belcher, okay. Interesting. Did not know that. Oh, sorry. I use it over Wraithbone for bugs. Can you please, I don't know if you have already, could you post your bugs in the hobby section so I can see them? Because now I'm very interested. Give it a little taste for the boys. All right. I said I'd do it. And I said it's not going to be a lot. I'm still just going to taste it. I said not a lot. That's as much as I'm tasting. Oh, okay. I did a little bit, and like at first it wasn't too bad. It was like this is just chocolate that tastes like nothing. And then I put like a big old glob on my tongue, and yeah. I don't even want to drink water. I don't want to wash it down. No face cams is proof you didn't do it. I'm not gonna fucking ever show my face as long as I'm able to. You didn't have to do that much. Yeah, but I'm a man of my word. I did a little bit just to try it, and then I put more, and then that was the killer. JonTron, Oh, that's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, that was a whole lot worse than I thought it was gonna be, which is crazy because like it's already like bad. Ugh. I don't even have any food to wash that down with either. Rolling one on a hazardous roll. 3 dev wounds, bro. That was 6 dev wounds. You just killed a character. That was a shield breaker round if I've ever felt one. Oh, fuck. Link to the Discord. You gotta be a member. Sorry, Drake. The only person who I ever let into the Discord was Garg, but that's because he lives in India and the exchange rates are absolutely fucked for him. That being said, Garg is always the first one who will probably get banned if it ever comes to that, because Garg is Garg. Vanilla extract tastes good and I stand on this hill. Isn't vanilla extract just like by itself like incredibly hazardous to your body? That being said, I do need to refresh the Discord link before I Jedman anti-Indian confirmed. That's crazy. Wait, is it? Yes, vanilla extract by itself is incredibly unhealthy and possibly hazardous if I remember correctly. Have I been muted, brother? No, but you're about to. Oh, that's not good. Are you sure? I am very sure that you are not supposed to be eating straight vanilla extract. Yeah, that's why when you use it, you use like a drop. Yeah, Oppo, you're gonna be dying on a hill, all right. Yeah, that's for sure. There we go. I had a shot earlier today. I'm not even joking. You may want to call poison control or poison, whatever it's called. I forget. And that's not even a joke. You may want to call poison control and ask them. Because having a lot can fuck you up if I remember correctly. You go wrong. Google AI says it's okay. All right. Well, if you're dead tomorrow, you can't really blame anybody because you're dead. The 5 empty bottles of vanilla extract in the corner. Oh no. Kitty cat, I will time you out. I swear to God. If I dead, my card is gonna keep renewing the membership until it expires. I will make a model out of your memory when you die. Grok, is this real? Gork, is this real? Yes. As long as you're not drinking a bottle of vanilla extract to get drunk, you should be fine. Roots apparently has more knowledge on this topic, so. From research or experience? Nobody will know. It's raining again. Good. Good night. Now, see ya, Drake. You said you want to see my high fleet. I posted in Hopping Gaming. Ooh, let me go look. Let me draw off my brush real quick. I would go back to War Thunder. Made an event with Warhammer tanks. Would go absolutely hard. World of Warships did that. They had a Warhammer ship combat thing. Just all my depressing alcoholism base. So for 21. That's insane. Let me go look. Ooh, they're blue and white. I like that. Oh, you have an Northern Emissary. Sweet. Nobody runs those. It makes me sad. Our guns are all packed in the box. Nice. Current transportation situation. Begging you, brother, get a Jacossi. I know it's expensive, but still, anything but that. Warhammer Fortnite win? Never, because Space Marines won't fit. They'll look weird. Otherwise, they probably would. Torpedoes dead. Get ahead. Ignore them. Bring us closer. Part of my bugs, I meant to paint Tiamat, but I got the wrong shade of teal, so I called them High Fleet Chingu. Chingu was Tiamat's, or Kingu? Kingu. Kingu. I don't know how you would say that. The base rim real quick. Any more black? Are the crossover commanders for World of Warships permanent? They are, right? Or are they not? Like when you get them, you keep them forever. But I don't know. I assume the events are a limited time. Oh yeah, you're talking about the Tyranid horse penis guns? I like you say some animation. You mean flash gets? The what now? This is a Tyranid, like a Termagant heavy weapon that looks like a horse penis. Guard gets ghosts. Look at them. They're ghosts. It's Night Haunt. Well, I'm done for the night. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you, Alfarius. What faction do you want to? Do you think the Imperium would lose a 1v1? Would lose against in the 1v1 chaos? What was the Flash Gets animation? I don't remember. It was a little joke at the end of their animation where they were making jokes about Space Marine 2, and it had the Tyranid horse penis gun, and it also had the Neurolictor thick GF lady. I love Biovores and Powervores, but I can't group them together because nobody would say what. I love the Vor models. Can fly units fall back and shoot in 10th edition? Nope, that is gone. Fly is the most useless keyword right now in 10th edition. Because unless you're infantry, you cannot go straight through buildings. This changes so much. Well, it's not going to matter because we're getting another edition in like 6 months. You're right. It is Flash Gits. I know I was right. I'm always right. Kingu, not Kingu. Gotcha. You paint so much of your models in green. Then why is not painting an orc? Because I don't like orcs. I think I've answered that question before. I don't like orcs. They're not my favorite army. Because when I paint shit, I paint it to use it on the tabletop. I have zero interest in orcs. With the Neurolictor, same. My thing is robots and monster women. When are we going to get the 40k edition? GW is very behind schedule. In a very, very long time. Cultured man, you are SE. Yeah. I do not get the hype of the Neurolictor. That's because you haven't seen the fan art people have made of it. I, for one, would let her eat my brains. Oh, no, I have? Well, then you're just a coward. I got a message. I'm still here. I'm just responding. Also, I've seen the STLs of the one with eyes. So yeah, the Neurothictor. I think Jay painted up one, which is funny. And it's actually a really well-made model, which is really funny. Any hopes for 11th? Any hopes for 11th, or is everyone a doomer here? Hopes? No. Because GW will always find a way to fuck up an edition, which is insane. $50 goal to do a live reading of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. That would have to be a member stream, because I would get demonetized very quickly. Or I would probably have to do it like in chat. Okay, everybody, I go sleep to sleep. See you, Gap. It seems that we seek out very different kinds of Tyranid fan art. Yes. The hires are deemed necessary by the hive mind. That's wild. There's no laws against the Neurolictor, Batman. Lord Emissary is sick. It's such a fucking crazy model. I would maybe get, I would kind of get Sexing Gene Stealers or maybe Von Ryan or Von Ryan's. I don't know, but it's because the Neurolictor had like painted on thigh highs or something because of like its endoskeleton, which is weird. Any chance we can get Appos Tyranid photos on stream? Sure, let me grab one. I'll grab his Norn because it's the one I like the most. I'll put this up so that way you guys can have something to look at while I'm responding to this message. Here you go, Apo. Your image is stream famous. Oh god, too wide. Why do photos always get massive? I'm gonna go ahead and respond to this message real quick. There we go. All right, that took a little bit, but they have an answer now. All right, there are Fecro Magos STLs for GSC. Please shut up. That's not what I wanted to come back to reading. God damn it. The only issue I've got with Tyranid is that they don't look alien enough. The little faces they make look like little faces. Yeah, but there has to be something discernible to paint, or otherwise it might get too complicated for people. But you know, whatever. By the way, the Blood Reaver's Librarian was a birthday gift for a friend of mine. Painted it one night and finished an hour before the party. Hell yeah. Adapt to this filthy scene moments before dropping a 15 gigabyte bomb of Skibbity Sigma. On top of the Tyranids. What? Shut up. I help out my school's printing lab, and sometimes I use the scraps. They'll scrap lime colored plastic for psychic effects. I did, yeah, that was the 3D printed filament, wasn't it? Kind of neat. I remember being asked by a school to help them out with a 3D printer, but it was a completely different 3D printer than what I used, so I told them I really couldn't help. I still don't get FDM printing. It's not like a thing I know much about. All right, it's late night, folks. See you, Marcelo. I don't know why I've almost fucked up saying your name there. I got a quick question. Does anybody in this chat play Night Haunt? Recycle plastic over at Deadly Print Studios. No offense to them, but they cost money. Deadly Print Studio is okay. I've bought some of their STLs, and they're all right. I feel like they're kind of overpriced. I have no clue what Night Haunt is. It's what... Oh, right. Fuck it. This thing's still on screen right now. It's the ghosts that I'm painting. They're the ghosts for Age of Sigmar, but I assume nobody here plays Age of Sigmar. I'd have to ask Find because he plays AOS. Wow, AOS. AOS is fun. Fuck you. Live Norn reaction. Random Celestia Cult just be like, please step on me, Tyranid channel now. When you think about it, printing Tyranid is the most lore accurate played. The rest of the tank is the digestion vat. It really is, though. Dead game. You know what, Ritz? Whatever faction you play, I hope you get squatted. $40K funds AOS so we can be the better game. I put a little bit more water in my palette. It's starting to dry up, actually. See drying up at the edges. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Do you paint all your bases black? I paint them depending on the faction. For Iron Warriors, I paint them silver or iron, I guess. For my Mechanicus, I paint them black. For my Salamanders, I paint them like khaki, so on and so forth. It really depends on the faction. For my Skaven, I paint them like a bronze color. Don't you mean swatted, not squatted? No, I want them squatted. I want his army to get fucking taken out of 40k. Right, time to mix paints. This is what I use for my bronze color. Leadbelcher and Retributor. Together. Bronze blades. So I paint them like this. Bronze, and then I weather them, not weather them, but I give them a brown wash so it looks more like a bronzy gold rather than just straight gold or bronze. I like the darker look for my metallics. I like bronze blades. I like bronze armor for these guys. I'm trying to like, I don't know. It's because of these helmets. They give like a conquistador vibe. I like going for like a cursed like soldier sort of vibe for these guys. Which is why I'm building my Nighthaunt like super elite with like Bladegeist Revenants and Craven Throne Guard, and I'm not just spamming Chain Rasps. Message. Does a chapter apothecary also do space marine dentistry? That is the dumbest question I've ever heard of, and I would assume yes. Pretty sure an apothecary is in charge of anything health matter related. Yep. Back to it. Sorry. I like this bronze. It's weird. Like, the only way I can describe it is, like, metallic poop. Go ahead and hit all of this. Covers really well, though. I wish I had a picture of my Kurdos, Valentian, whatever, the Craven King guy, for AOS, because he's so cool. But he's at my shop right now because he's being used for a painting competition, where I sent one of my big bads that looked like this over to be judged for. I forget what the prize is. I think it's like a coupon at the shop or something like that. It's nothing crazy. I just want to see if I can win one. It's kind of annoying because a lot of, brother, despite our gene force extreme blood clotting, you're still somehow bleeding due to the lack of flossing. Apothecary Dentiest. It's actually pretty good. I like that. But it's kind of annoying because a lot of the competitions and stuff that my shop does, like, for instance, this one thing that bothers me is, like, I don't know. And I know it's different for every shop, and not every shop is going to do it, but, like, having a trophy is cool for shit, right? Having a trophy is neat. My shop does not do trophies or anything like that. It's only a matter of time until apothecaries are giving prostate exams written into the lore. Jesus Christ. Not even a plaque, nothing. No, they don't do anything. Which is kind of annoying. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. Granted, it's because, like, the same 3 people win our tournaments, so, like, I kind of get it, but at the same time, like, hey, dude, sometimes, like, not all the fucking sweats are at the shop, and so sometimes somebody, like, comes out and wins a game, and I feel like they deserve to earn something. Even like, we have one dude who organizes all the AOS tournaments, and they're not necessarily shop affiliated. They just let him run the tournaments there. And he's, like, giving out prizes and shit. This is not a store. No, I only go to one store. And he's, like, giving out prizes and shit, and he's getting into contact with Monument Hobbies to, like, try and get something for the prize pool sent over. And it's like, that's fucking sick as shit, and that's also really fucking cool. Why doesn't the shop officially do that for the Warhammer players? I don't know. It's kind of disheartening. Looks good. I like that. You have to fix that, but I'll just paint it black. Reminder that it's never specified what kind of cancer the Emperor's children had before Fulgrim showed up, so it could have been prostate and testicular. I like how you say "and" paint it black, like the song. Dude, fucking Rolling Stones and Red Hot Chili Peppers is dangerous for me when it comes on the radio. I will sing that shit till my lungs give out. It's so funny. I'll, like, shred my voice singing Sympathy for the Devil, and I'll actually start sounding like Mick Jagger towards the end of the song. So that dude has some shredded vocal cords. Bile has the Emperor's Children cancer still. I have a question. Is that why the planet is called Chemos? Is because they all had cancer? Is that the joke? Is that like a thing? Bao has clones of himself? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Paint the skull white later. About the blight got solved when Fulgrim came. The reason the blight existed is because of sabotage when Fulgrim came. They got fresh unsabotaged gene seed. Hell yeah. Extract the gene seed straight from the Primarch. That's crazy. Can Space Marines run out of gene seed? Technically speaking, they can't, right? Or can they just keep harvesting it from their Primarch? Oh, someone gave me an answer. Let me actually read that. Gene seed without gene seed comes from the Primarch. Without a Primarch, there's no gene seed. I think they just have a lot of reserves and Space Marines produce, and each Marine produces 2 Marines worth of gene seed. Interesting. Okay, so Marines actually create their own gene seed then as well. So it can be there'll always be more Marines. Oh wait, one can be extracted, and only one is extractable on death. Okay, gotcha. So they'll always a Space Marine will always create a spare. I think there's something like exterminate. It's altered by the guy's own DNA, so over time the gene seed becomes slightly changed. Interesting. I know nothing about any of this. But oh god. But you can extract this extra seed if your brother gets melted by plasma fire. Gotcha. Okay. A spaceman, regardless, will always be able to replace itself in terms of gene seed, though, which is interesting, I guess. I don't know. There's probably an answer for this somewhere, and I'm just sitting here asking you guys. Actually, painting. Probably stream for a little bit longer, and then I might get off. I don't know. Because I kind of do owe you guys a short, and I keep saying I'm gonna make one, and then I go to bed before I make one. God, work is gonna fucking suck tomorrow. Gene seed, don't you mean globules, brother? Protect the globules. If a chapter gets too low, they can always call Mars because they tend to have send gene seed from Mars for inspection and stuff. Yeah, and also call will just use Trader Gene Seed to boost the ranks of Space Marines because, you know, Gilliman can't stop them. I love how much Call doesn't fucking care. It's so good. There's this theory that Crusade and Horsey Hera Marines are as good as Primaris Marines because their gene seed was closer to the source of the Primaris. I sure do love my loyal sons of the Phoenix, Covenant of Fire, Black Vipers, etc. Yeah. Every single salamander is just fucking traitors. It's so funny. Sons of the Phoenix, though, are fucking Fulgrim, but, you know, it's also just painfully obvious they're fucking Emperor's children. I mean, Cole gave the Legion new sons. They need to push back the 13th Black Crusade. Yeah, but, you know, Maheresy and all that bullshit. Hey, remember how Call gave Gilliman a straight-up AI? Spoilers for Genefather, but it's also just really funny. Call has an AI Gilliman that he uses to, like, pre-talk to Gilliman before he pitches his ideas to him. It's so good. Call is the best part of Admech besides the Omnisaya. Not a katana, I swear. Of course, yeah. He's gone. I'm here. Shut up. I was talking to somebody. No, Call is probably the most fun part about Admech, but that's also because just Call is fucking insane. I still need to finish Genefather. I keep putting it off. So far, it's one of my favorite books. You can't create new inventions. That's against the Omnisci. I call shut the fuck up, nerd. Watch this shit. Literally, it's what he does. It's so fun. I also like Call because despite the fact that he likes inventing and doing shit, he's not like a hypocrite. He still follows the Martian Creed. At least as much as he can. He just understands that innovation is a necessity. I think if I had a conversation with Call, it'd either be super chill or I'd be a servitor in 30 minutes. So the fun thing about Call is that he wears a different personality depending on who he talks to. Because he has like 100 different personalities loaded up into his brain. So he has a lot of personalities where they're actually just like super amicable and they'll just be like really nice to you. And then he has his personalities that he uses when he's talking to like tech priests and shit. It's literally that thing of like you wear 3 masks, but Call actually wears like 100 and he uses them depending on whoever the fuck he's talking to. Call also has a Necron waifu. This is canon. Yeah, he has like a Necron trapped in his basement that he's like getting along with super well. That's also in Gene Father. I haven't read much into that part yet, though. All I know is that they were using scarabs to play chess against each other. I think that's about when I stopped listening. Also, it's funny how Bricky decided that's the one with Bile, yeah. It's also really funny because this despite it being a book, Bricky I think just decided this needed to be a full episode on Adric, which I really find hilarious. Like, hell yeah, Call has main character energy. He's fucking up the Adric schedule. Let's go. Correct a bike. Bile is a word because people don't really say bile that often. Call personality, but it's like the dude at the party trying to explain the topic. He's read a half on Wikipedia article. Sprays rust paint on invention. Behold, that's literally what he does. He makes something, goes to the Martian desert, throws it around the dirt for a little bit, and brings it back. I am not reading that. Ritz, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's all their silver. Time to wash that after I fix up the things. I know what you're talking about, Ritz. Hello, Myron. Welcome to the stream. The best part is when they all have googly eyes over their images. What the fuck? I don't. Call ordering his millions of Primaris brains to roll around in the dirt in Mars before he unveils them to the Imperium. Hell yeah, brother. Black paints again so I can cover up all my mistakes. Hey, look, guys, I found a school Primaris tech. Look, it's 10,000 years old. Hell yeah. We love Call in this house. I really liked his first book, The Great Work. It just like gave so much insight into who he was as a character. It was so fun. You can't bring back an entire planet from the brink. Of course I can. I'm Belisarius Call. I can do what I want. What I love about Call is that he always he always leads with I'm Belisarius Call. I can do what I want. Like he knows he's hot shit. It's great. My favorite thing is when Gilliman finally gets tired of the Call inferior and he tells Call like, "I'm not making you fucking Lord or Fabricator General," and he's like, "Why the fuck would I want to be Fabricator General? That's so stupid and boring." He's like, "Your inferior keeps telling me that's what you want." Ah, I see. If I do not if when I do part 2 on the Mechanicus video, I'm gonna be talking about Call a hell of a lot more. It's calling time. Calls all over Mars. Hell yeah. What if instead of Belisarius Call, his name was Belisarius Freak, and he freaked all over the Imperium? Oh, wait, do you still have a Call Mini? So did you play AdMac? I don't have Calls Mini. I have a proxy. I have the Abeyance from Horus Heresy. That's what I like using. I mean, if you're going to be so great, why would you not announce yourself everywhere you go? It's so great. Yeah, that's true. It's so funny. Crazy how Call is like, so what if we just like improved what we have, like make bolters longer, and half the Mechanicus in their fan base IRL lost their minds over this? Well, yeah, it's because the shift into everything after Pallete was kind of sudden, and not sudden, but just like a big shift. What from Horus? Abeyant. Just look up Archimagos in Horus Heresy, and we'll see a dude floating around on like a giant throne. That's what I have. And I think it's like $100 and something on GW. I got mine for like 80 because I just wanted the throne. Yeah, it's a really cool model. I really like it. Yeah, it is resin. The Bane itself is like just one solid piece, so it's not like I have to fix anything because it's actually that's not one solid piece. The little barriers around the top are separate pieces, but that's about it. Oh, cool model. It's resin. Yeah. When you get more used to the hobby, it being resin doesn't really fucking matter. You can suffer with it and just deal with it. There's some things that have resin that just like it's just impossible to deal with. Like any blades, it's just like a no-go for me. That's why I don't get anything with a blade that's resin. I'd rather just 3D print something at that point. My ears bothering me. Give me a minute. Brother was talking to somebody. I don't know if the dog has invaded his room or what happened. I don't mind working with it. I do that a lot. What I don't like is that it's, oh yeah, it's stupid fucking expensive because they have to like make their money back on it, which is like stupid. I don't get it. Like technically speaking, it's more work to deal with resin for like production. I mean, but like GW's fault for not wanting to make everything plastic. But they're also one-off kits. Like I remember when the Bane Blade came out, it became the most. Not I don't remember, but people talking about when the Bane Blade came out. The Bane Blade, not the Beyblade. When the Bane Blade came out, people were saying it was the most expensive plastic kit ever made, and it was because they were literally trying to repay for the Bane Blade. Good night, gamers. See ya. Overdraft. I'm probably gonna get off soon. So much cool horse heresy stuff is trapped in resin. Oh yeah, it's awful. It's so annoying. Let me actually paint this skull really quick. Bane Blade, Bane Blade, Bane Blade, let it rip. Throws the Bane Blade in the so fucking crazy. I just had pale sand. There it is. Apparently, the dude that did the old resin kits in his garage passed away from fumes. Are you serious? Wait, what? Ritz, can you please elaborate on this more? It says to the guy with the printer in his shed. Well, I assume he means resin, like resin, not 3D printed resin, like UV cure resin. But I also don't know what he's talking about. It was something my brother and I were talking about. He's been digging through old Rogue Trader game stuff. Interviewing people. Interesting. Audion, please don't die of fume poisonings. I won't. It's not the fume poisonings. He's talking about like GW resin. You remember the old Forge World resin models? Yeah. Smell of. Don't ask me about smells because I have a hard time smelling things. I have a really shitty sense of smell ever since I got COVID. Those ones. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. What? Like what model specifically, if you know any? Huh. Well, like he just died of natural causes, or he died because... Oh, yeah, you say he died because of fumes. Or no, wait. Yeah, he passed away from the fumes. That's crazy. The whole line, not just one. He died of resin exposure. My bad. Huh? I'm just going to dry brush the gold back onto these. There we go. Well, at least I'll have some painted Night Haunt by the end of this night. What are Night Hunt anyways? They're ghosts for H Sigmar. They're one of the armies of death. It is AOS. They are very hateful, vengeful spirits created by Nagash that seek to destroy all life in the mortal realms. Every Night Haunt is evil. That being said, Nagash also hates doctors, so there is a specific kind of Night Haunt where they are doctors that are chained and forced to kill people. Such is the power of Nagash, praise be his name. They kept saying that at the AOS tournament, it was so funny. Because somebody brought Nagash and he kept trying to Hand of Dust people. We have to put black on this, damn it. Such a good phrase, such is the power of Nagash. Such is the power of Nagash. When you get into a car accident, such is the power of Nagash. My fool house is creeping over it like that. Okay. Bureaucratic change. Yep. Well, Nagash literally just hates doctors because they stop death from happening, so he turns them into Dreadside Harridans, which are basically like chained up, not chained up, but they're forced to kill people. What the fuck did you just send me? Oh my god, the Kevry TV compilation. You haven't seen this, watch this off stream. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, if I remember correctly. In my opinion, such as the power of Nagash and blood for the blood is the blood for the blood god for AOS. The first thing you learn the setting before you know it exists. Yeah, pretty much. It's just such a funny thing to say. Just like, well, such is the power of Nagash. Because it can be used in so many ways. It could be used as like praise, as thanks, or as just like confirmation of something. Just like something bad happened to you. Such is the power of Nagash. No, you can't really see what I'm working on, sorry. Isn't his Turn to Dust spell wild? So it's not Turn to Dust, it's an ability, and it's not a spell. It's called Hand of Dust. If he's within range, like melee range of an enemy, or any model actually, you take a coin or a dice and you put it in your hand. You put your hands behind your back, and then you move the coin into either hand. And then you have to ask your opponent which hand to choose. Somebody used that at the tournament, and they picked the wrong hand. It's very fun. Bliet, such is the power of Nagash. It's got the same vibe as Crazy Cube. Yeah, but there's a lot less weird fucking conspiracy theory bullshit going on with Nagash. Nagash is just Nagash. Such is his power. I like the Pancreas Snow work Nagash video. It's very fun. I keep going back and watching his Night Haunt video. Yo You know, and you just pick the model up. Yeah, it just dies. There's no like, unless you have a rule that says you can survive instant kill attacks, the model just gets ripped. Doesn't matter how much wounds it has, the model just gets ripped out the game. It's so fun. That's why you have more fun in it than fucking 40k, because you're allowed to do dumb bullshit. Also, Nagash is 900 points. And his ability only works in melee, and Nagash has less health than the Imperial Knight. AOS is far more balanced than 40k, I feel. I guess how I learned first about AOS when I saw the Nagash video. I was super new to 40k. Yeah, he's 900 points. Such is the power of Nagash. So, okay, I need to explain why Nagash is 900 points. So Nagash is basically an entire army on his own. So in AOS, they actually have a magic phase. So every wizard has the keyword wizard followed by a number, which is how many spells they can cast. Most wizards cast like one spell, like if they're like moderately good wizards. Named character wizards cast anywhere from 2 to 3. Nagash casts 9 spells. And I don't know if it's still a rule now, but there used to be a rule that Nagash had access to every single lore of magic in the game. Such is the power of Nagash. Oh, he could cast anything. At least he used to be able to. He could literally cast anything in the game. Such is the power of Nagash. And what is so like you? I don't know if you played old 40k, but every single when we had psychic phase, every single faction had their own psychic discipline. So like salamanders had their own set of psychic powers. Imperial fists had their own set of psychic powers. So on and so forth. Nagash had access to every single faction's magical spells, all of them. I don't know if he does anymore. I don't believe he does. Like if it is a spell in the game, Nagash can cast it. So just imagine if like in 40k right now, every detachment had like 3 psychic spells it had access to in addition to their enhancements and their rules. And now imagine if Nagash could have access to every single one of them. Oh, Jesus. Time walk, smite, whatever the buff was. Yeah, he literally had access to everything. It was so funny. He also can cast unlimited spells. So like just like smite, he could just cast 9 smites in one turn. Dude, I got into 40k in 2011 and didn't have any minis until 10th edition release, and I still haven't played a game. Yeah, but you live in Australia, which is a lawless wasteland. 9 smites is 9 D3 mortal wounds. Well, back in I don't know if he has access to smite right now. I think he does, but I think smite used to be D6 mortal wounds before. But yes, I think it's D3 right now. Does AOS have damage rollover? Yes, and that's what makes it very fun. I had a what's it called? I threw like 40 clan rats at a single Stormcast character, and he wiped out all of them in melee. So he can cast healing spells. Nagash can cast healing spells, as far as I know. Yes. I traded 10 gallons of gasoline for the starter kit. That's crazy. I don't know what that means. Oh, God. There we go. I ride Eternal, Shiny, and Lead Belcher. Yeah. The guy's just fun. I would never take him in a game. He's too fucking expensive, and Nighthaunt are already super expensive as an army to begin with. Not in terms of money, well, maybe in terms of money, but just in terms of points. Like, we get a 10-man unit that only has 2 attacks in melee. They hit on 3s, they wound on 3s, but they only have 1 AP, and they only do 1 damage. And they're 210 points for that, which is crazy. But Age of Sigmar is also just a very different balanced game. Like, most things in Age of Sigmar save on a 3. Almost nothing saves on a 2, as far as I know. Not even, like, characters. I do have a file for Nagash. Not, like, exact, obviously, but it's to match my Nighthaunt. I don't know if I'm ever... I have a 3D printed, what's it called? Black Coach proxy. But I'm trying to print up a zombie dragon to use instead. Even though the Black Coach actually synergizes with my army, so I should probably just use that. One more guy to put varnish on. Not varnish, wash on. And then I will probably call it here. Do you think they'll bring back Psychic? I hope they do. I really hope we just kind of return a little bit to the flavor we had in 9th edition. I don't like a lot about 10th edition. I think it's very boring. I'm glad the game's easier, but the people who complain about the game being hard still aren't playing it. So, you know, fuck those people. How big is the Nagash model? He's tall as shit. Like, he's massive. He's big. He's one of the biggest models in the game. He might be the biggest model in the game. I don't know. There we go. 4 Blade Geist Revenants painted up. And I'm going to need to fucking print up more and paint more. Bring back the Psychic phase. Yeah, it'd be great. I miss Psychic phase because I had a bunch of cool psychic powers for, what's it called? I had a bunch of cool psychic powers for salamanders. Like making a team -1 to wound or something like that. Just slide over here so I can... I'm done painting. I'm just going to answer questions. How did Psychic phase work? You basically chose a power. The power had a casting value that you needed to meet. You would roll 2 dice or more, depending on if you had special abilities or not. And your roll had to be at had to meet the casting value, and then it would go off and it would give you an ability. Depending on what it is, obviously it was either damage, support, or some other thing. Like, for instance, there was a Phobos Psychic Discipline, I believe, that just made it so that way if it casted, you would just give a unit lone op. Where in my codex do I actually read how to play the game? There's a rule book to play the game. Your codex doesn't teach you how to play the game. Your codex is your army, and you honestly kind of wasted your time getting a codex. Go on Wahapedia, rat boy. It's like, just look it up. It tells you how to play the game. Unless it's blocked in your communist country. They did kind of take a lot of the buffs and attach them to different characters. I hate that characters are attached to units. It makes them so much more boring. And you only do psychic damage when you had psychers. Psychers just did, like, all their damage was just mortal wounds. It wasn't like psychic damage specifically. Most have always done that. What? Most have always done that? Oh, you mean like characters being attached to units? No. Characters used to just run around on the board by themselves, and if they were near a friendly unit, they couldn't get shot at. That was it. 40k is a waste of money. I regret nothing. Okay, well, the fucking, what's it called? The codex was definitely a waste of money. And you should regret that. Hello, me back. Hello, Garg. I'm probably going to get off in like 7 minutes. It's about to be 11. Hell, Azrael makes ICC great. Yeah, he does. But like, so characters used to just have like auras instead. Like, instead of their ability being tied to just the unit they're attached to, it would be like an aura of like, let's say a character, right, like lieutenants give what's it called, a unit +1 to wound. They would have an aura of +1 to wound, stuff like that. Like big guys like Call and Gilliman are basically how old characters in 40k used to be played, because they can't attach to units and they just give big buffs. Every time when I come back, stream is coming to an end. Well, yeah, that's because it's not the weekend. I got work tomorrow in the morning. So old characters used to work how walking princes do now. Yes, exactly. Every character worked like how old demon princes used to work. No characters attached to any units, and they would just walk alongside units, and that's how they would stay safe. Like, the only way you could hurt an enemy or a character is if you had sniper or precision on their weapon, or if you got into melee with them. I'm back. Hi, Tristan. I'm not going to be on for much longer. It's about to be 11 and I have work tomorrow. I really miss how characters used to play. It was very fun. It gave a lot of it made positioning everything matter way more, I feel. Now you could just make a Death Star unit and just throw them up the board and just kill everything. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna keep the characters attaching thing, but still, grandfather, tell me from old 40k. Shut up. I like older 40k. I'm a boomer like that. I miss 8th edition because you could have Castellan robots, which basically shot heavy bolters, double all of their shots. So a 6-man of Castellans with double shots were shooting like, I don't know, something stupid like 154 shots total. It was something insane like that. It was probably less than that. I think it was 2 6-mans of Castellans were shooting 154 times. Seventh edition was so bad. Yeah, well, 7th edition was just awful. I'm glad I'm glad is paid ward gear is gone. I fucking hate paid ward gear being gone because now you're just punished for not taking the special options. Because there was a point to not taking plasma guns because it made your units cheaper and they still performed better. 7th edition was just a mess. It was a fucking disaster. And 7th edition did not play like current 40k, at least not really. It was a lot more different of a game, and it was just, 7th edition specifically, I believe, was just horribly unbalanced. We'll get off in like 3 minutes. Is there anything you like more in 10th than... the only thing I like more in 10th is that stratagems are... Okay, so like, stratagems are easier for people, and they're easier for me to remember, but I still miss having a fuck ton of stratagems. That was fun. I really liked that, so I actually don't like that more about 10th. I think the thing I like about 10th more is just like... I don't know. I don't really like anything about 10th, honestly. Space Marines are 2 wounds, but that happened at the end of 9th edition, so that didn't really matter. I don't know. 10th is easier to play, technically speaking. I'm glad we have universal, like, keywords. Or, yeah, universal, like, keywords and stuff, but also, like, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, everybody knew what, like, if a thing was Deep Strike or not. But now they just call it Deep Strike, which I guess is easier. The problem with paid war gear is a lot of times it's just better not to run any war gear, which is boring as fuck. Okay, well, that's just incorrect. But I think the way you get around paid war gear... do you remember 600-point Lehman Russ tanks with 70 guardsmen? That was a guard-specific issue, where guard were just too cheap and Lehman Russes were too cheap for what they did. Like, all their points should have just been shot up. But I mean, like, my Skitarii are point costed in a way where... What was it? My Skitarii were point costed in a way where they're supposed to be taking all their special weapons, but if you don't take it, then you're kind of being punished for it by just having an expensive squad anyways. Like, a Ranger squad is not 75 or 85 points. A Ranger squad is not 85 points. But they're 85 points if you're taking all 3 special weapons and all the different war gear you can give them. Then they're 85 points. Skitarii used to be like 60 points for like a bare bones squad, and I missed that. Vanguard used to be like 70 points for, or less for a bare bones squad, and I missed that. I miss having the option to have my units be cheaper and not being punished for not taking war gear. It's the same thing with Terminators. Terminators are super fucking expensive. And would I be taking all Power Fists anyways? Yes. But I'm still forced to take them anyways. Yeah, it's more cost effective to wound toughness in the entire game. Yeah. It was. Guard was also just a problem. Yeah. I don't know. I like 9th the most, I feel. But 9th was like a mess. But I still really like 9th. There's a lot of like things that are done, like small things that are done in 10th that just feel better. But I wish it was applied to 9th edition instead. And we weren't in this edition doing it. But, you know, whatever. No, Knights were a problem, but Knights are always a problem. Knights are always going to be a problem because they're a skew army. Alright, it's 11. I'm going to head off in about a minute. Because I'm getting tired. Good stream, though. We got a lot of people in here. I ate paint for $5. I'd say that was worth it. Have a good night, sir. Yeah, y'all have a good night, man. I'll probably be on tomorrow if I don't start working on the Emperor's Children video immediately. I don't even want to go to work tomorrow. I already got told what's happening at work. It's going to be a rough day. But I'll see y'all later. Worst army for running on 500 points. See you guys.